Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Destiny Everlasting, a Legend of Zelda podcast. Today we are going to be watching all of the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild trailers, and we're going to have another prediction video, because, free content.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, my name's Matthew, and I'm here with...
Matt.
Someone say their name.
Jonah.
Alright, that's the main players here. There are other people here, but I don't think they're going to talk much.
Yeah.
We also have special guest Alex with us again.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna talk much, unfortunately, because I don't really know.
It's
much.
okay. You're not the only one.
You're not the only one.
Josh is also here.
I'm here just, yeah.
Josh is here in spirit.
I'm here for jokes, about it.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Let's just get started, because we were talking too much before this anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I should probably return on the desktop audio.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't seem to be noticing it. You know what? That's not my problem.
That's okay.
No copyright strike for us.
So,
We established
this.
Come on. We forgot. Weren't we going to go frame by frame?
We
Yeah,
can, but
it's
honestly, the
supposed to
first
be
important shot is even right here. We can establish it. We see a Zonai pillar.
Yeah, that's definitely.
At this point, we all know this is Zonai.
Yep.
Definitely Zonai. The crystals, I don't think we've seen any equivalent. I know some people are actually saying they look similar to the time shift crystals.
I was going to say they look more like luminous
Seems
stones.
more like luminous stone to me.
But that's a weird luminous stone
Maybe.
shape.
Yeah, that's why they were
I can
quite...
see why they would say it kind of looks like time shift. I'm going to say no, though.
Well, if you go back a few seconds, I think we got a better shot of them.
Oh, where?
Yeah, there.
I know the color looks too akin to luminous stone.
Yeah.
And
It could maybe be, but the weird, very rectangular structure.
I think
Very
it's just more
reminiscent.
aesthetically
Just let 'em know.
pleasing to do it like this.
I feel like since Eric's not here, I have to bring it up because he always loves bringing it up. In Hyrule Historia, it does mention that there is... They don't confirm it either way, but they bring up the question that because the time shift stones look so much like the Ocarina of Time, that there might be a connection between them. Like, maybe the Ocarina is made out of the time shift stone. It says it in Hyrule Historia, but they phrase it as a question. They never give you a real answer. They just say, hey, this could be a thing.
Well,
Right, because when they're not active, they're that dark
Purple, bluish.
purple almost. Yeah, but this looks more like a bit closer. No, when they're active, they're like a bright blue.
Now, this would be interesting exploring at different points in time. The Breath of the Wild world.
They could explain why there's the floating islands. But I think there's something else to it. I think that's more of like a reaction to Ganon escaping. Or Ganondorf escaping.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Alright, Matt, I'm gonna let you hit play. You're in
Alright.
charge of playing, I'm gonna sit over here.
That's okay with me. They get real nice directional audio.
Oh yeah, this mic's nice. It actually does have directional audio.
Okay.
So if you have good
This is
headphones
gonna
on,
sound wonderful.
they'll hear me in the right ear and they'll hear you in the left ear, and then Matt will be in both.
Cool.
Yeah. Beautiful
just wanna
directional
walk around
audio.
in circles,
I've done that before. I have moved around
Just
during recording.
just to learn what my shoes and this is hard, which is you hear the continuous walking.
Alright.
Alright, I'm taking my glasses off. It actually is making it a little...
So, here we have, we'll get a better shot here in a second, but we can see there's some type of energy that looks close to the color of these stones,
Not quite.
but it's also a little more green. That is...
It's malice.
That's malice,
but
but
it's a weird looking
It's a
malice.
very different type of malice. Even when we've seen the misty malice,
It's more smooth.
it grows like almost kelp. I wanna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, this is...
Normally it looks like that kind of thing where it's wispy mist.
Say reminds me of some from.
Now, that's definitely a Gerudo symbol.
That's Gerudo symbol.
Yeah.
And this is on what we're currently
It's almost
guessing
100%
Ganondorf's body. There's no other reasonable...
Okay, so there goes last time we had posed the idea that maybe it was Demise. I'm going to
Yes.
throw that out now. This is definitely Ganondorf.
Yeah. I do like the idea of this could be Demise, because
Actually-
it just looks... Hold on. We get a shot where it's a shadow on a wall at some point, but
That...
this hand...
Alright, now, I've had a couple theories about it.
Huh.
So one of my first theories I came up with is, because we never see Link with the Triforce of Courage.
Yes.
Maybe maybe this is why he doesn't have it. He used his Triforce of Courage to keep Ganondorf's body there. Also, other theory,
That's what I've seen.
we've never seen the Master Sword break like that before.
Yes.
What if this is a piece of the Master Sword? What if this is like part of the Master Sword's sealing ability is used to hold the body there, and
That's
that's why the Master
exactly-
Sword is imperfect?
That's exactly what I was gonna raise. Because he also never seen the Master Sword rust like it.
Yeah, and
So-
also we see it actually get broken. Just,
It
like,
breaks
destroyed,
during this sequence.
which
Mhm.
is horrible, which is really sad.
Yeah, so what we know is it breaks during this sequence, and who knows?
It was already not perfect.
Interesting.
We also posed the theory that maybe this was used. This is a manifestation of the Zonai energy.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be
But-
all three, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyways, we see that. Also, this is interesting. They did choose his left hand, and so clearly this arm imbues into this arm because we see in the later trailer this is the arm that has the thing.
No, it's his right hand that has.
Nope.
Are you
No.
sure? I swear.
But
It's the
he's
left.
right-handed in Breath of the Wild 1.
Yeah, but also Hyrule Historia does mention that Link is mostly left-handed.
I can. It's his left hand. We'll see it later.
Yeah, we'll see it.
But,
Can we go back a little because I think I passed
Yes.
the other one.
Well, and what it looked like also is it's catching him and
Actually,
saving
I want
him.
to see Link's. I want to get a better shot at Link's champion tunic because they definitely have updated it.
I don't think it's too much update. I think basically what they did is the extra stuff that the Hylian
Yeah,
tunic
it's definitely
had,
what it is.
they just added that on top. Yep.
yep.
You can see there, it's basically just that, like...
Also, we see shots. And I don't know if it's.
Oh, actually, where do we? Okay, so where do we think this is? 'Cause we have our theories and we have a little proof for it.
I know everyone is currently saying beneath Hyrule Castle.
But we should probably get the proof. Why
Eith-
they think.
I think either beneath Hyrule Castle or under the Great Plateau.
I like that. The reason I'm gonna go with under Hyrule Castle is because in Building a Champion book, which it has like a novelization of what happened during the Great Calamity, it states that the Calamity Ganon itself sprung out of the ground from deep underneath Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
This is very deep underground. It could be under the Great Plateau, but when we'll get an exterior shot of this. I also think it might be neither because it looks more.
Quick question: is the Great Plateau that desert area?
No, it's the place you
that's
start out
the
at.
starting place.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
I was gonna say, he brings up a good point. It looks more Gerudo. It looks more like the Gerudo Highlands.
Where?
The exterior shot we get of it.
Yeah.
I don't...
When do we get an
It felt
exterior
more. It
shot?
felt more like Red Rock because remember we see like the entrance to the temple. It had the two paws out front. That rock felt way more red than.
We can check
Yeah, we'll get
it,
there.
but
That was kind of one of my
Is it back?
associations was,
Next forward.
No, it's forward.
because I was seeing the temple, it reminds me of one of the things you showed me once. It kind of reminded me of one of the temples back in, I think it was Ocarina of Time?
Pretend. Oh,
Either
The
that
sand
or
temple.
Twilight Princess,
Yeah.
one of the two Gerudo temples.
yeah, it's a little forward. We'll see it.
Okay. Well, so here's that symbol again. Here's the hand.
And also to note...
I want to actually. Can you go back? Like, just don't even hit back. Just go
This
back.
is very interesting that it's his right hand
Yeah,
in this
that's why I
shot.
was, I told you it was his right hand. I want to see that glowing thing on his eye again. This face. It's a little forward.
You can just play it from
You
here.
just play it.
They showed us his jewel that he
Thanks.
had with him. Look, it looks-
Doesn't that look like a malice eye almost?
It does.
It
It's
does.
glowing. If it was just a jewel, it wouldn't glow like that.
Well, I'm saying whatever, how they
Well, I think
the
later in the
characters.
trailer it does show up like an eye. but
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Also,
Yeah, we
right here.
wanted to. Oh.
That looks really like the Gerudo Highlands, or
I
somewhere
don't-
around the.
I don't
background.
necessarily know.
Interesting. I
because-
thought this was a shot from the inside.
I think that's the exterior.
It looks like exterior building due to the fact of lighting as well. But
Lighting
lighting could
is
be
at
considered either or. It could be why it could be because look at the area around.
Yeah, look. It looks like it's nighttime outside.
It's 100% nighttime, and you can see glow from the torches. That's why I think it
Because-
looks sort of red. Is
I
the
do think
glow
that's why
from
it
the
looks
torch
red.
reflecting.
Yeah, because I was going to say if it is inside, you wouldn't probably see it as good. But if it is inside, then you like inside a cave,
You know what?
it could have
also this reminds me of?
association with the first couple of scenes with the writing on the walls and stuff.
Yeah. Look at the actual structure of it.
It
looks
looks.
really similar to the Forgotten Temple,
It does.
The Forgotten Temple.
the one where you actually get the
Set of the Wild.
the reward for getting all 120 shrines. It's the one where you have to like win.
There's
you have
a-
to paraglide through like 20 guardians shooting at you.
I don't know that I've actually.
It's
gotten
in
It's at
the
edge
Breach of
the
Demise.
canyon. Yeah, it's at the edge of the canyon that separates the Rito village from Hyrule.
Oh yeah, It's
Okay.
But
Very
yeah,
end of
that
it.
looks really similar structure-wise.
Interesting.
yeah, it's
Maybe we should check that.
Yeah, we'll take a look at
Is that place Zona?
I think it's Hylian.
it's highly
Here, let me look at the book because I think it is mentioned.
the outside of this looks, but also we have no idea what the Zonai are.
Yeah, I wonder. I really hope we explore that. Yeah, the Forgotten Temple is listed as ancient Hylian.
I introduce quick question?
What's up? In this game specifically.
Okay,
In Breath of the
this is
Wild.
probably why we don't know much about it. We're probably
Yeah.
going to learn more about it within
100%.
Yeah, they wouldn't have just put it in Breath of the Wild without plan to do something with it. But it's very interesting seeing this.
They were here. I'll read what they say about it. The Zonai themselves are spoken of in hushed whispers as strong magic wielders who vanished suddenly thousands of years ago. The disappearance of the Zonai is one of Hyrule's greatest mysteries.
So
It would make sense if this is Zonai because they are very magically inclined.
yeah. Also, can you see these engravings? What does that look like to you? Does that look like Hylian script?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull it. Where's Encyclopedia? Do you have it?
Yes.
What were we earlier asking about?
We can look at the old scripts. if you want.
Hylian scripts on the walls back a bit?
That was
Zonai. That was
That was
clearly
Zonai.
Zonai.
Yeah, that's Zona script.
It's
Okay,
yeah.
well, that's association. I'm considering this temple as where they're exploring.
Probably a mix
I would
of
say
both.
the equivalency of the what did you say it was that?
Zonai, yeah. Here.
Okay.
It looks like the almost Wind Waker. Here's all of the scripts we've had. I can kind of see it. What's that? Is that Skyward Sword? It kind of looks Skyward Swordy a little. Some of them,
Really?
like this one specifically right here, looks like the looks like the D kind of.
The square nature just made me think that it looks more like what we see from actually the Sheikah in
Here,
Breath of the
go
Wild.
Here, no, this one has Breath of the Wild text, but it has Gerudo text.
Yeah.
I can show you that it's not Gerudo text. A little more. A little more. A little more. Next page. It's the Gerudo text.
It's definitely not
It's
Gerudo
definitely
text.
Gerudo text. I don't think we'll have Sheikah text in Creative Engine, but I can look later. But I don't want to look.
But yeah, it looks very interesting. Also,
I definitely do get Zonai vibes from the feet though. Those like little
With
paws
it-
coming up front.
yep.
With it potentially, I think one of you brought it up, but it could potentially be underground. Something that would be interesting under Hyrule Castle is it would make sense for Zelda and Link or whatever to go exploring that
I
cavern.
think that's why
where
we
he
assumed
fought
it was.
Link
Yeah.
Again.
Also, so the Zonai in Breath of the Wild, the closest association we can make is with Farosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are
Because-
mainly in the Fair region, but we can see they were all over.
They were all over, but also we tend to see them, at least their main base is in Farron.
Yeah.
Very close to where Farosh shows up.
Yes.
We see them constantly building dragons.
Yep.
And then I believe the Spring of Farosh is also like completely covered in Zonai ruins.
Oh,
and
it's
stuff.
it's built by the Zonai.
Yeah.
No, the Spring of Courage itself is ancient Hylian, but the Zonai it is surrounded by Zonai ruins, which are
Yeah.
Really, it was built by Ancient Hylian.
The all of the springs are listed under orange, which is the ancient Hylian ruins orange.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Tundra Plateau is also Zonai,
Yeah.
and Thankful Ruins also Zonai.
Yes. They're
No, so they're
definitely-
everywhere.
Yeah.
But-
Also that one point, you know that one point where there's the Lionel that's right there, where that Lionel is.
Yeah.
That's also that one point is specifically Zonai. I wonder what that is then.
But there's also the interesting thing of, so they're constantly building dragons. We see that, like, dragon or lizard creatures, like,
Yeah.
so that's very indicative of the Farron region.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you were saying something about, it's blanking my mind, but we do regularly see that, like, with Farosh, it makes sense that their energy is green. And we see their ruins. This is clearly their ruins. We're seeing this green energy.
Was it also we talked about last episode? Because I did mention the connection with the Sheikah and Zelda, and they had the blue energy.
Yeah, which does relate, like, all these energies,
Color-wise, really, you got Malice, which is red. There's the Sheikah energy is blue.
and then, so, Sheikah, wisdom, well, who knows if we can even call it Sheikah energy, because it comes from beneath Hyrule
They do.
Castle.
Yeah, but the Sheikah were heavily. It was Sheikah. The Sheikah tech ran off of it.
The Sheikah used it, but the Sheikah tech can also clearly run off of Malice.
Yeah, but the Sheikah also have a very large, and you cannot deny their connection to the royal family.
Oh, yeah.
It would make sense that it was there.
Yeah,
And probably the reason it's under Hyrule Castle is they buried it somewhere where they knew they would be close to it, so the Sheikah couldn't get to it. Now, why they also buried it in Akala and Hateno, I don't really know. But I imagine it's. I think the largest source of it is Hyrule Castle.
Are we sure that they buried this energy?
Potentially not, but it would make sense because they did bury everything else. It would make sense that they'd also want to get rid of the energy with it. That way they couldn't
Well, the
do it in
energy,
secret.
the energy could just naturally
It
originate
could be, and
from
it probably, it
underground.
definitely could be. Yeah, it doesn't say whether it's natural or not. It just says it can be found. Though it does say using the energy, the Sheikah were able to create the devices. So
Yeah.
the Sheikah didn't create it; they found it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just call it ancient energy, not Sheikah energy.
Mm-hmm.
But the largest is, yeah, I don't know.
So, I'd say that each of the pieces of the Triforce are their own energy in this.
Probably.
Potentially, or if not, like it might not directly be Triforce energy, but they're definitely tied into that.
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah. We also see, I don't know if it's right here. Oh, that's...
Yeah,
That's the thing you were talking
yeah,
about.
that was the shadow. Look at
Boom!
that.
Does that not look like Demise?
I kind of see it.
It does, but it also looks like Ganon.
You know what? It really reminds me of
Looks more like a beast of sorts.
kind of. Whenever I see that Ganon and that hair, I know it
Hyrule Warriors.
reminds me of Hyrule Warriors. I know it's not.
Well,
but
the
it
thing
just
is,
reminds me of it.
that design of Hyrule Warriors is like
Amalgamation of a bunch of other ones.
it's a lot. Well, not just that, but it's a lot more taking towards Demise.
Yeah.
Because I think Hyrule Warriors was the most recent Zelda. It was the next Zelda game after
I believe so.
Skyward Sword.
I believe so, but I don't.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the next.
Because
release
after
one.
Skyward Sword, we were waiting
It
for
was Link's Awakening.
ever.
No, it was Link Between Worlds after. It was Hyrule Warriors definitely, and then Link Between Worlds, and then Triforce Heroes, and then
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that would make sense then that it's been the first Ganondorf we've seen since Demise.
Mm-hmm.
And since that Ganondorf specifically, they wanted to like meld all of the different.
Yeah. Also, I also probably guess the reason it is because his soul was split into 5 different time periods, right, or 3 different time periods. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors in a long time.
Kinda.
His soul was split into 3, technically 4 if we include Legends.
Yeah. Regardless, though, it's
Yeah.
not really canon.
But
But,
I
like,
can see why they continue using that design.
yeah, it was a very good design.
Yeah.
And based off I definitely love the flowing long red hair. I think it was definitely. I think they'll definitely incorporate aspects.
Yeah.
Because I think the hair especially was a big hit. Ganondorf just looks so good.
Oh yeah, no, that was
Much. Because all his other 3D appearances are kind of hit or miss. Like
Twilight Princess is the best, but it's still not
I
that
don't know.
great.
Yeah.
his hair, like if you look at his hair, like from the side
Oh,
or from
it's
the
definitely
back,
long.
it looks
It's-
really weird. though.
It's definitely long hair. You just keep
Yeah.
it up in that really intricate braid.
Yeah. But I definitely think they're gonna go with the longer hair.
Yeah.
Since Demise is now in the picture, so they're probably
Also, I
gonna
do-
be.
And I
going
do
after
think
that.
they
You know
could
what?
have
Looking
potential.
at that shadow,
Yes.
it almost where's that light coming from? Because I don't think Ganon could be making that light that shadow from where he is. You can see Ganon in the picture.
Yeah.
He
Could
shouldn't
be-
be casting the shadow up like that. And where's the hand? You would definitely have to see the hand from this shot.
Yeah, they're
Well, you
really-
can see
You
that.
can.
No, you can.
No, you can't see the
You can't
hand.
see the hand.
It's
You can
like
see the shadow of it.
Mm.
But if you're seeing Ganondorf in the shot, you would also have to see the hand.
Yeah.
You can see the hand.
I
Wait,
can
are
see
you
that.
can.
You can see like the golden
Why are-
gauntlet
oh.
around it,
Wait.
right at the bottom.
That's literally
No,
the hand
look
right
at around. I think this is the POV of the hand. Because look, you can see
How?
that's a finger, and that's a finger.
The
Look-
hand is like
Look
right
at the
next
shadow
to
on the wall.
Look,
next to
I'm
Ganondorf.
seeing the shadow. Where is the finger in itself?
Right there.
It's right there.
Boom.
Right
On
there.
Ganondorf.
Oh, God, that is fucking tiny.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
I
see like
thought
the
that was just the end of the trail of energy.
no, you can see the
The hand
gauntlet.
is at the end of the trail of energy.
If I remember correctly, back to the other thing when it was
And what
shot
the
up
fuck
there.
is one of those things at the corner of the shot?
If I'm correct, those are just spike outs for the same consideration. If I remember
Yeah, that
correctly,
looks-
looking at the design for.
But it looks like it should be coming off of something, not the wall itself.
There's like the equivalency of like.
You can see there's spikes in this
stalactites and
case.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually,
That
I,
were like
I'm
some
trying to
sort
think
of
of where
creative
this
pillar.
camera's located because it's just a weird spot.
I don't know. I think it's literally just cutscene
To
trailers.
see the I think it's just to see the shadow.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
It's also a brief flash of
Yeah. All right, keep.
That said, I think he's onto something with the spikes. I think those spikes might be connected to the spike that's above Ganon.
Yeah.
They might be
Also, can we get a shot
somehow
of that?
used in sealing him.
Because I want to mention it's
What?
the shot of the cradle at the top. If we have, I think have we passed it already?
Wait, most replayed is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, it's definitely
It's-
it's definitely in these quick shots.
Yeah.
You see it
no,
like
I
yeah.
haven't gotten to it specifically yet.
I think it's a little further.
Also, right here, this shot confirms that neither Zelda nor Link have the Sheikah Slate during this scene.
Yeah, actually, let me see that again.
Oh wait, shoot.
The Sheikah Slate is no longer with them. No Sheikah Slate, no Sheikah
Well, it
Slate.
could be on. He's on his right hip. You can't see his right hip.
No, but we see his right hip on the other. Also, why would he still have the Sheikah Slate and not
Yeah,
Zelda?
he
'Cause,
did.
well-
He handed it off to Zelda.
Well, but kind of think about it. The Sheikah Slate was always meant to be used by the hero.
Also,
Not necessarily.
Zelda couldn't access the shrines. Only he could.
along with
No,
what I was
She couldn't until she
Because of
awakened
that
her
thing.
energy.
Yeah, that's right.
I was talking about this earlier. How you said that the Sheikah found this energy. It's implied that the energy is running out.
I think it's implied that Zelda's energy is running out.
Nope. It's implied that the energy that the Sheikah technology runs off of is running out, because in the complete ending of Breath of the Wild, the last thing Zelda says to you is, "Ruta seems to be losing energy. Let's check it out."
They also do mention that Zelda's okay. That also might just be that they no longer the divine beasts are just shutting down because they don't have
They might be.
pilots anymore. 'Cause
It-
even for a long time, their ghosts were still there. They were tied. The ghosts were still tied to it.
Yeah.
Now that the spirits have
But
moved on.
regardless, running out of energy.
I think
does
We
that
also
might-
see that the shrines have receded back into the ground.
Have they?
We see it in a later trailer. We see a shot of the Great Plateau, and the shrines are gone.
Huh. It makes sense.
Deliberately, they have been taken.
That makes sense, but then I wonder how they're going to balance the game with like health. 'Cause, like, how are you gonna get your health? Because you obviously lose your health. Like, that's not a question. But like, how are you gonna get it back if you don't have the shrines?
Potentially more traditional dungeon type.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Or if we're going underground a lot more.
Or above ground, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
or in the
as
Skyrim.
a thing from the layer point of views for the floating island and everything, this would probably be something.
Who knows? Maybe the zone I have something.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it going.
It's definitely not an issue.
No.
'Cause, I mean,
But-
if you think
No, I'm
about
just curious. Like, what if?
before
I-
Breath of the Wild 1,
yeah.
they had
No,
no
I'm
issue
not.
with
I'm not
that,
saying it's an
yeah.
issue. I'm just curious what they're,
Yeah,
what they're gonna do.
I've seen
Definitely.
I've seen theories that the Sheikah Slate has run out of energy.
That's yeah, potentially.
It
Yeah.
very
And
interesting.
those same kind of theories are that you'll get the runes, the powered up runes
With the
from
hands.
your arm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see this gem is still kind of
It's almost-
glowy.
That's definitely a gem.
It does look like a gem.
Yes, this is good.
But I think when he turns. Okay,
Oh
it is
my
just a gem.
God.
This is good.
That is
a
violent.
That is a beautiful shot.
I
I
am
love that.
so excited, dude.
Yeah, we can also see their Grudo
Also,
in
are
the
we,
earrings.
are we under agreement that we're probably going to get like 5 minutes of cutscene to open the game out?
Probably.
Because unless this is playthrough,
Or-
if this is playable,
Oh,
this
here's
is gonna be so cool.
here's the shot,
Oh yeah, they're gone.
and the
The
towers
towers
also.
are gone, too.
That is weird.
We also see Death Mountain is less active.
Yeah, but that was also Silent Calamity. They've directly stated that Death,
Yeah.
Death Mountain was big. It was dormant before Calamity came out.
It would make sense though if you had the whole map of Hyrule already.
But they let us sit on this shot for a long time.
But yeah, but what if they
There's obviously something we're supposed to.
Oh,
that they're hiding.
this is still playing.
Yeah.
I thought you had it paused. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. It
Oh,
just-
this is why we think that it's
There we go.
below the castle.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
definitely
that's
it.
another reason.
Yeah, but what if the cave is
Dude.
like a tutorial area? Of
I think
sorts?
it definitely is. If it's playable, it's definitely the tutorial.
Yeah,
And I think it might be heavily interspersed with cutscene,
I believe so. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
which I would not mind.
I wouldn't mind either. Wait, let's go. Okay, we definitely passed the cradle shot. Let's go find that.
Yeah. Hold on. I do wonder, is
Actually,
there
it
anything
would
after
make-
this?
It
Well,
would
did
be.
you talk about the
No.
thing we have with the thing on the ceiling?
Yeah, well, that's what we're looking for. It's definitely. Here, go there. I want to see that. That's looking down again,
Also,
right?
people have pointed out that swirl is very similar to the Kokiri Emerald,
Yeah, kind of. The Kokiri symbol is a swirl.
which
This is true.
Kokiri haven't been in Zelda
Yeah,
forever,
okay,
but
but
they're
no,
always
actually, they technically are.
they're always related to
They-
the Triforce.
No,
They're
they are.
diffused.
They're the Koroks.
Yeah,
The Kokiri
diffusing
became the Koroks.
Yeah.
The Koroks, not the Koroks. What was I saying?
Also,
That poor
I
guy's
think
dead.
that the towers being gone.
Oh wait! No! Look at bottom right crystals. You can see they have designs on them that Luminous stones didn't.
This is very true.
That is true. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We have Hyrule story.
They very much
Where's
do
time shift
look
crystals?
like time shift
I don't know.
crystals.
I'm not talking about. Alright, so we have Faron Woods,
Um,
Earth Temple, Linear Desert, time shift crystals.
Yeah, I was skeptical of the theory, but that it
I
really does
I'm
look.
gonna call a little.
I think one thing that, well, you're
It's-
looking
I'm
for that.
still. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna just pass it to you. It's your idea.
I feel like those crystals definitely are just.
Oh,
I
Luminous
know.
stones.
I know.
That's
Why did you not just pass it over to him?
Because
Oh, he
wants
wants to see it.
himself.
There is a point to be made. Show him. Show him. Show him.
there's a very strong point to be made, even if
Because there's already references to Skyward Sword. It would not be out of pocket for it to be time shift stones.
And not just that, but the entire.
Are we
Floaty
making a new
Island.
Master Sword?
We might.
Ooh.
We genuinely might be.
Okay, I would.
All right. Actually,
What if we get a brand new design?
speaking of Master Sword and Skyward Sword, first off, do we think the Skyward Sword prequel manga at the end of his Hyrule story is canon?
I haven't read
It's okay. So basically, in it,
it. Is it Akira Himakawa?
but it's basically all it is just telling about the first Link's death. Like it's the story of the battle of when they went to the sky.
Akira Himakawa isn't
I know.
canon.
I know.
As much as I love their stuff, like
But we don't have any other information. That's all we have to base it off of.
I very much headcanon everything.
Yeah.
Like even the Volvagia stuff.
So basically, I own most of them. I just haven't read them yet. But in the back of in that manga, it shows highly giving the Master Sword to Link, and states that the Master Sword was created by the gods for the gods' use, and thus a human couldn't really use it, so it had to be reforged by a human to be used by humans.
And that's why it became the Goddess Sword.
That's why it was the Goddess Sword, and then it was the Master Sword. Link gave it when he died. The dragons blessed it, and then it reverted to the Goddess Sword. And then I don't know. It's
To
just
me,
a
that
piece
just
of,
seems a little extra weird and convoluted. And
it was just a piece of information that
it kind
I
of
thought
feels
of.
like it takes away from that entire arc in Skyward Sword of you forging.
One sec.
All right, Eric. Don't you think these crystals look like time shift crystals?
Yeah, you know what? Dude, they could be the same color as Ocarina of Time.
Maybe if they weren't active, but
Yeah.
If they weren't active, possibly.
But, I
Who
mean, time
knows?
shift- time shift
All
don't
right.
have to be
Anyway,
somewhat.
so
Okay. So, alright. So we've been definitely. This is definitely Zonai ruins.
And they are the
As
same as
you've
Bologna.
seen, we've shown these are Zonai ruins. You've been here the whole time. We haven't. Yeah. So Garuda symbol.
yeah, we've
so-
and then
This is definitely not demise because we've seen.
Well, you keep talking about it. I was gonna say something here.
Alright.
Also to note is the hand is over his chest, right where the stab wound is
Yeah.
at the end of Twilight Princess.
mhm.
Wind Waker was in the
Also,
head,
Yeah, Wind Waker's like straight through the head.
Deliberately,
I think Demise was actually stabbed through the chest too, but he wasn't sealed or anything.
Eric, I do want to get your opinion on this. What do you think about the fact that all the shrines and towers are deliberately removed from this shot?
Yes. Also, definitely not Demise because he's wearing a bunch of Gerudo stuff. It's definitely Ganondorf.
So, I remember before we knew anything about the sky stuff, because we didn't know what exactly was happening to the castle, I thought instead of going up into the sky, we were going to go down to the ground.
I thought that'd be really cool.
So I thought like towers were going to be replaced with like elevators, and then that's how you get to
That
dungeons.
would be cool.
That would have been pretty cool.
Well,
I
basically
also
how
like.
the
I
shrines
like.
are.
I also.
Okay.
They're
I didn't
elevators down.
see all the footage, but I'm just imagining we just make the entire castle feel like we're getting a castle.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah. Now that we know that it's in the sky.
Oh yeah, there were no Skylands in this trailer. That's right.
So the thing is, I feel like we might get explore both sky and
Ground.
beneath the ground.
Maybe.
Well, aside
see a
from
cavern?
that starting
You know what?
cavern.
Might be. Maybe the floating islands are covering up dungeon entrances, and that's why they float. Chloe.
Maybe.
She's going where she's looking for her tower, but it's over here.
Yeah. Or actually, what if even like all the floating islands are shrines and they didn't go underground?
Potentially.
The
But they don't. No,
shrines-
we've seen them. They look more like ruins. They're ruins. They definitely are ruins.
They definitely are ruins.
Yeah.
We'll look at them in the next
Yeah,
trailer.
we'll get
like
it.
what
Also,
if that's an
Shrine
entire
replacement or actual
Also,
shrines?
Another interesting thing, we can see that the Deku tree is less prominent in this shot.
Also, I can't believe it took me just now to notice it. The pillars are gone.
Yeah, the pillars are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Varudania is gone.
Oh, all the.
I just
Yeah, all the
curious.
divine
What
beasts
is
are.
this, the castle?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the castle. Hold on.
Okay. Because I heard something about trees on that.
Is that Ruda?
Here,
Yeah.
unclear.
I don't think so. I think
It
it's
doesn't
just
look like
another
Ruda, but-
part of
Oh wait, it might be a Kala.
No. Oh, that's definitely the Citadel.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's definitely a Kala
But
Citadel.
I'm thinking like with
But-
the shrines, what if they lifted off the ground and that's what formed the float?
We'd be able to see him here. But I think isn't it weird that the Great Deku Tree isn't as prominent?
Could you see the Great Deku Tree
Yes.
before? Okay.
Because it was so big and it was prominent. It might just be perfectly hidden by the castle, but
I didn't know you let a cat out.
Oh, I asked Matt.
Well, in this,
Chloe was sitting by the door.
in this, I think
I
the
didn't know that was
castle
normal.
could have already been risen a little bit, maybe.
what do you think about the Great Deku Tree for this?
I think I wonder if that's just a rendering they just didn't put it in because it's blocked by it. Because if you think about it, it's right where the castle would be. I think the castle's blocking
And I
it.
don't quite remember, but was the Deku Tree in any sort of like, was it weak or
No.
anything? It was. So it couldn't be like an Ocarina of Time thing where
I don't
it's
believe so.
a new Great Deku Tree we're getting.
So, do you guys...
Also, technically, not a new Deku Tree. In this game, the Deku Tree states that it's always watched over, so it's like it's the same Deku Tree, it's just like reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like the son of the Deku Tree. It is the Deku Tree.
Quick question, because I'm very unknowledgeable about this
Yes.
stuff. Is the Deku Tree that one in, I think it was like,
It's
Ocarina
in
of Time
all
or
of
whatever,
them.
that you go into the wooden dungeon and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And in Wind Waker,
Um,
and in a lot of other games.
No, actually.
Wait,
it's just
before we
those two.
go-
No, it's also in one of the Oracle games, I think.
There's still,
I know there's a talking tree in one of the Oracle
It's the
games.
same talking tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still say that when we could get is the most canon of all the games.
Most canon.
What?
Did you say the most canon out of all the canons?
Yes.
Fair enough. You know what?
He is the he is the Ganon.
So, I want to make a point before
Yes.
we move on about that.
Also, let's hit the.
Yeah, go back to that previous shot of like the castle rising.
That's in the last trailer.
Yeah,
but
no.
yeah, we can go back.
Because do you guys remember the opening cuts? Not opening cutscene, but the cutscene where the towers and the shrines first rise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video explaining that cutscene,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, yeah, before that point, the weather doesn't change at
Oh,
all.
yep, no.
It
Weather
won't-
and time doesn't change, right?
Yeah, time of day doesn't change, weather doesn't
That's
change.
just a game mechanic. That doesn't have anything
No.
to actually do with it.
Link Link also doesn't show up in that, and the reasoning is because that whole cutscene of the Towers Rising is pre-rendered.
Yeah.
So they can't do any changes to the cutscene. So if Link is wearing weird clothing or not wearing any clothing at all, it'd be kind of jarring to see him then suddenly wearing the clothes they leave in the cave. Or if it was raining, seeing it in broad daylight. So I think this might also be pre-rendered.
Oh, definitely.
And if it is pre-rendered, then the drawing distance could be whatever they set it to.
Yeah.
Well, not because of the clothes thing. I'm just imagining we started our adventure in a back alley just somewhere. No clothes, no nothing.
I mean, that's basically what this.
That's what happened in Breath of the Wild.
You wake up in a random cave and then you're just out.
In your underwear.
But I think with the cavern under or wherever that we might be the starting place, I could definitely see it as another Great Plateau.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely the if it's playable, it's the tutorial.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the Great Plateau has changed then. If now that it doesn't have to be a tutorial.
I wonder. Do you think they've unlocked the entrance between them now? Do you think they just? I think that, honestly, I could see Link and Zelda just leaving it. There's no point for them to be there anymore.
This wall still looks ruined.
Yeah, but where is the shot?
This is like pretty much the. The
entrance would still be to the right. We wouldn't be able to see the lake.
I know, but no, this shot is from right outside the Shrine of Resurrection.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Also, I had a comment on the Ganon thing, the most canon Ganon. I would still argue it's Twilight Princess, because the hand is right over where he got punctured in Twilight Princess. But not only that, the headdress he wears is the exact same headdress from Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
The gem is glowing, but it is the same. He has the crystal on his head in Twilight Princess.
Oh, you know what? I think I know what his character looks like. I think you're actually very right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time he has the gem.
No, actually, I won't. This one, I think.
Are we good to move on to who?
Yeah, no, I just want to look at Twilight. Oh, Twilight Princess. Yeah, I just had it. Yeah, you're right. You guys have the gem. Actually,
Yeah,
can I get a shot of that gem piece again?
Yeah, it's like the exact same headdress. It's just now it's glowing. Why he has long hair now, I don't know. It looks dope.
He doesn't have long hair. It's just... Yeah, that's not long hair. That is weirdest hair.
Yeah, the Twilight Princess design was interesting. Twilight Princess is still my favorite one, but like...
I would say Hyrule Warriors is the
Outside
best.
of the hair design.
Ganondorf design, Hyrule Warriors is by far the best. But I'm talking about just game. Like,
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game, but...
For some reason now I'm thinking it's just a stupid thought.
I want the shot where he turns to face the camera.
No, it's further on in.
Yeah, it's
one
jump
of
scare.
Yeah, it's
there it is.
What's the little the quick question? What's the little what's her name, like Minna or something like that?
Yeah.
Little imp, Minna.
One person.
Yeah.
The what?
Minna is the imp.
Whatever didn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The imp.
What?
He's got a point.
It's the same headdress.
It is.
Yeah.
So, does this then place it in... Oh god, did we actually finally get a timeline placement with this?
No.
It's already been placed. Breath of the Wild is like the convergence,
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
Isn't that the
Well, no.
stupid-
They
Yes,
never
they
give...
were-
That is the thing.
They have not updated the timeline.
It's the
The
end of
official
all
statement
three, but
is-
it's not a convergence.
No, the official statement is put it wherever you want.
Yeah.
It is up to you to decide where the game goes.
I
still
put it before
ascribe-
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, let's put it before Skyward Sword.
This is the original hero.
The only factual information we know is it's after Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
That's the only factual piece we know. It is over 10,000 years after Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Wait, do we
How do we know that?
Because it's in Making the Champion. We get an actual timeline for Breath of the Wild.
I still ascribe to the theory that Zelda Monopoly is the unifier of the timeline.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So it's not even more than 10,000 years. It is just titled. There is more than 10,000 years, and before that is just the distant past. And in the distant past, we get it talks about all the races during Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Okay.
But at the same time,
It says Princess Ruto.
but at the same time, you have the Rito and the Koroks.
The Rito and the Zora existing at the same time, because that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, we do finally have
That's
an
why it only
actual
makes
explanation
sense
for
as
why
a
the Zora
convergence.
evolved into the Rito. Zora are freshwater fish living in a saltwater world. It would make sense.
That's why they turned into the Rito.
It makes sense why they had to evolve. Why they just didn't evolve to be saltwater fish, I don't really get. but
Oh, wait,
That's
did we
probably-
did we tell Jonah the time shift joke?
yeah, I
Yes.
explained it.
Okay, yeah.
The Terraco? The Terraco joke? For
No, the
No, the
Ocarina
time
of
shift, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I explained that one too.
So the thing I was gonna say about was why I brought up Midna is now just because we're saying this is she was in the
Twilight Princess.
past,
Yeah, she is
right?
the
Yeah.
eponymous Twilight Princess.
Okay, because now it's just
What it's named after.
This is
I like using big words
Princess again.
sometimes, okay? Makes me feel smart.
Just maybe that's in the second game.
Oh wait,
what color
did
is
we
Midna's
do a
energy
character?
stuff?
It's green.
It's
No.
no, it's orange.
No.
No, the Twilight.
Oh, her arm.
Her arm power.
But that's part of the fused shadows. The actual Twilight power
is
is.
greenish.
Oh.
It's.
She has the green
switches.
tattoos.
We're dealing with another green energy.
No.
Oh, yeah.
She's got green tattoos, and the light orbs
it's
are
white
greenish.
with the green, and
It's
like,
a stretch, but
So, what it is when it's controlled by Zant, it's the dark red lines.
Yeah.
When it's like the good, it's the like greenish,
Yeah,
the
it's like
greenish
teal.
bluish glow.
another situation of
No, please.
And then
Renegade
there's-
energy.
The interlopers with a Loni.
And there's also the
No,
soul.
Eric. What?
There's
Souls?
also the soul
Yeah.
that turns it into a bit more.
It's white with a blue
Yeah.
green tint. With a,
Oh,
Would you say
blue
they are the
now.
souls?
It's blue green.
So, I don't know if you guys said this because you said you've done this podcast stuff before, but did any of you have a theory where, because you said Link doesn't have the Triforce in his hand, that he gets the Triforce that way? Because remember the one
Potentially.
scene-
Well, what I think
The-
what we're
the one-
thinking is he gets the Triforce because he gets that glowing green hand, and we're thinking that's the Triforce. And he
Because-
might get
Oh,
the
because
Triforce.
remember the
So I missed it because I missed the
Yeah.
poem
no, you
first
didn't. You
trailer.
were here the whole time.
Yeah, I was here the whole time. But I mean, like, I didn't talk during the
Yeah,
poem.
yeah. No, you were passed out. You were just fast asleep.
Yeah. I wasn't talking during the
I don't
poem.
really fall asleep during the
Where I believe it was the first trailer, we see the Link recoil with the red stuff going on his
Yeah.
arm.
Okay, he keeps saying it's his left hand, but we see it go up his right.
we
hand.
see
Yeah.
it go up his right hand, but
But I know it's his right hand. We
The-
see all the shots.
the-
all the shots of it
Yeah,
on the
that's
left.
why-
It's him facing us. Rude.
No,
That's
the-
why I
the
brought
green
it up
ar-
because of his, him holding
the green arm catches him by his left hand.
But it goes up the right one. Are you sure?
It's in this trailer.
All right, let's
Okay,
watch it.
well,
We're
Okay,
watching
let's
the
watch
trailer.
this one.
Quick
Are we
question.
doing like a whole
though.
watch
Which
through, or-
arm does he lose?
Yeah.
We don't know. We're looking right now. It goes
Yeah,
up.
right there. That's what I'm talking about.
It goes up
The
his
red.
right arm.
Yeah.
Okay, it was the second trailer. I thought it was the first.
This is
No.
the second.
Dead.
Playable. I'm joking now.
While I would love to see that.
Oh,
Ah,
that
this
is
is right.
so Skyward Sword.
Oh man, it is the right hand.
Told you.
I swear. Okay, the image that we have then.
Anyways,
I think it
but
shows it on the left. and
here's
that's why I saw.
Well,
theory. I brought
could
it
be
up
grabbing
before.
his left hand because his right one's shriveled away.
True.
So,
Oh, so
But
it's
then,
right.
but we saw it go up the right hand.
so can I
That's
give
what
my
I'm saying.
Yeah,
When
we
he's
see-
falling, and the glowing green hand catches him by his left
Are we
arm.
sure?
Yes,
Can I give my theory? real quick
It
on
does.
this?
Was
But
that him?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
but I'm saying that it probably
That makes
catches
sense.
him by that hand because his other hand is all.
Yeah, I think what happens is they both fall and whatever.
arm-
The
whatever
hand
top-
catches.
The cave collapses. The hand lets go of Ganondorf to grab onto Link. That's why I think it's definitely something that belongs to the hero's soul. Maybe it could be part
Well,
of
I
a
think-
manifestation
I
of the
think
hero's spirit.
Probably what happens is because it looks like he absorbs the energy, so I think.
Shouldn't we let Eric speak?
Yeah.
now?
No,
No,
we'll never let Eric speak. Continue.
But I think it might be a similar situation to Ocarina, where Link accidentally absorbs the energy.
Or Link
into
accidentally
his-
unlocks the way for the evil to exist.
Yeah, where he absorbs the energy back into himself, so it's no longer sealing Ganon.
Yeah.
So can I talk about my theory
You can
now?
have it. You can have
So I brought this up a little bit before, but I think this trailer does a good job showing it. I think Link was being attacked by the Malice. The Malice was corrupting his right
Oh,
hand.
we
and-
talked about that. and
yeah,
that's-
it's going
that's
to
also
like
still
eat up his
possible.
body. Because if you look at his hand,
Yeah.
like the
It's
hand that's not in the wrapping looks decayed
Yeah.
and dead.
It's,
Yes.
I think the Malice was going to corrupt his whole body.
oh,
The
yeah.
hand is meant to seal away the Malice.
Yeah.
It broke the seal on Ganon, but has enough power to seal the
I
Malice
think-
from
yes.
spreading to the rest of the
Okay,
body.
I'm gonna combine our two theories. The cave collapses, the hand grabs Link while it grabs his left hand, pulls him up. As it does that, it lets go of Ganon, who then attacks Link with the Malice. Noticing that the Malice is going to take Link, it then goes on to Link, so and that's what allows Ganondorf to be fully free, because the hand can no longer get it because it's on Link.
Well, yeah, we've already seen Ganon's able to create and summon malice even while being sealed.
So
He was able to summon the manifest the entire calamity.
another real weird part is I thought the reason that he took on the calamity form was because he couldn't his body he used up so much energy he didn't have the energy to reincarnate.
He said he gave up on resurrection.
Yeah.
All right.
So it didn't say that he couldn't. He said just that he gave up.
I wonder if this is why he gave up. Is because this hand prevented him from being reincarnated.
But he could still leak malice.
Yeah,
so.
he could still leak the malice. So all right.
So
Which
you mean
is-
resurrection? Because he did get reincarnated as Calamity.
Wait, Phantom Hourglass. Do you resurrect? No, that's Maladus, right?
No, that's Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is Maladus, the demon, is another demon king.
Yes, but it's
I think
not related to Ganondorf, right?
It's not related to Ganondorf, but it is a personification of demise.
Yeah. So
Regardless, is Spirit Tracks the end of that branch of the
Spirit
timeline?
Track is the end of it.
I
really
hate
think
this.
this is.
I really think it's a combination of all the timelines.
It's a convergence because I'm pretty sure at the end of every timeline you have a place where Ganon is sealed. Like Wind Waker, he's sealed in stone, so he can't really reincarnate because he's still a.
Yep.
His body's still
he's
there.
He's actually killed. The last time we see him in the
Wind
Fallen
Waker?
timeline, no, the last time we see him in Fallen timeline, he's killed in the original Legend of Zelda.
Spirit Tracks is the.
Spirit Tracks is the
But
adult timeline.
we do know in the Fallen that he can resurrect because if you die in Zelda 2, it says.
Yeah, that's why they're hunting him. Is that they need the blood of the hero to reincarnate Ganon.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's a thing because.
Resurrect.
Resurrect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so because
Did I say reincarnate?
you
Yeah.
you
I
kept saying
meant
resurrect.
resurrect. Sorry.
So this is one thing that I hate that we discovered, but I thought Demise's spirit reincarnated was Ganondorf and just Ganondorf,
No, it's all.
and was
every,
always.
every evil being is Demise as well.
Yeah, I hate that. Every evil
it
being
makes
is
sense.
Demise. It makes sense after I read the explanation in the book. I just personally
I
hate
always
it.
assumed that it was always Demise. I prefer that because it keeps going the plot, the point of it.
I just want to say Spirit Tracks is the starting of the timeline, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Spirit Tracks
Man, they
is-
really wrote that smart, so they can just keep pumping these.
Yep. They can keep pumping it, and there's a reason they keep doing it.
They went, this is eternal.
That's a smart thing. That's what we call smart writing.
Unlike them writing the entire world to underwater.
Also,
I still don't. Okay, I've come to terms with the Zora becoming real. I still do not accept the fact that Hyrule was flooded so much that you only had the peaks of mountains. A flooding of that scale would flood the entire world, right?
Uh-huh.
How do they find
it's
a giant continent How do they find a giant new continent to live on?
Nah, it's
What
not
mountain was that
big.
big and that flat and that large that you could have?
A large enough
Twin
plateau
Peaks.
that's large enough to be a continent.
Per se, a great
Oh
plateau.
my god.
Aren't there Rito on?
Death Mountain.
Yeah, Death Mountain.
Yeah,
You guys
which
rem-
also,
Do you guys
No,
remember?
that would make sense.
It
All
does.
the water would rise and cool the magma, so it would
Yeah,
be
sure.
completely habitable.
Remember when Nintendo claimed that, the Great Plateau by itself was the size of a single Zelda game?
did they actually?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was like the E3 before release. They claimed it was the same size as a full Zelda game.
Well,
I mean,
it might be the same size.
as
as
the
Map. They're talking
originals-
about map size.
Oh, map size? I was going to say maybe it's the original size of the original, because that was really small.
Ocarina's overworld is fairly small. Yeah,
Ocarina of Time can fit in the Great Plateau.
Yeah, probably.
That wasn't incorrect, them stating that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for some of them.
I mean,
don't know.
Yeah,
technically,
Twilight Princess or Wind
original,
Waker?
Wind
the
Waker
original
can't fit.
Legend of Zelda takes place on Death Mountain of
Wait, for all
Link
Yeah,
to the
that I
Past.
also hate.
I hate that, but
Okay, hold on, Eric.
Wait,
if we're only
what?
talking landmass,
the original Legend of Zelda map is just the Death Mountain portion of Link to the Past. Here, I'll show
Yeah.
you proof.
Yeah, no,
I'll show you the
it's not
Carfax.
wrong.
It's an encyclopedia.
It's my least favorite fact.
It is.
I hate it more than the
stupid.
Demise fact.
Wait, so when they made A Link to the Past, did they just take the Zelda map and
Very
rework
loosely,
it?
but yeah. So
okay?
That's
see,
why there's the graveyard in Kakariko and
Yeah,
everything.
That's why the graveyard is placed in that specific spot. It's on the right page.
Okay, see that I can actually get behind
Yeah.
because that's a really freaking cool reference.
I really do like
Wait,
that.
can I
Like, it's
see?
one of those things where it's like you don't notice it until it's pointed out, but once you point it out, it's like, hey, yeah, that's actually right.
I hate it only because I like the original Legend of Zelda is like my favorite 2D one.
That's cool.
And like it just ruins the mental image that I have of it. Like
that's sad.
because I don't explore Hyrule at all. I'm just exploring Death Mountain.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that. It's because you're trying to collect the Triforce that Zelda
Why,
split up. And
why is it only Death Mountain?
Because she was in a hurry to hide it. My real question is, why is there 8 dungeons on Death Mountain alone?
That's what I want to do. Why is that on Death Mountain?
Who put 8 dungeons on Death Mountain, huh?
Well, it's
Hey,
called
man.
Death Mountain for a reason.
Ganon's just really into that.
Maybe that's why it's called Death Mountain. It's because there's 8 dungeons.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
All right,
sense.
let's get back to the trailer. Did you put this in slow-mo?
No, not yet.
All right, let me do it.
And start from the beginning.
All right. Playback speed. 0.5.
Oh man.
By the
Right?
way,
Did I not show you that already?
that.
By the way, we're off topic, which was, what was it?
Oh my, yeah, you saw
yeah.
that. That's definitely Malice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Where?
okay,
Go
well,
back,
I
go back
can
into
put
the fraction of a
shots.
second.
Wait, do we have questions if that was Malice or not?
I thought you
Apparently-
were. I can't remember. I don't remember that extra shot being there.
We
Now that I
literally
see it,
just watched it like
I
No,
I
it-
looked away for a second.
This is my theory. My
No,
theory
it's
was
absolutely Malice. Yeah, and
no,
Malice has
thought-
corrupted his arm.
I think I just looked away when that clip came up. I think
Also-
I was talking to you, and then you said it, and I was like, huh, I guess.
That just kind of more or less, it looks like it proves more the point of what was it Josh said about the arm holding the.
Oh, that was Eric, and yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
Oh,
definitely
Yeah,
it.
Sorry,
T-posing to
You're
show his dominance.
Also,
Ganon got a T-pose on me.
did we? He is T-posing. Have we talked about the fact that the champion's tunic does look slightly different? Like he had like
Oh yeah,
more
no,
chainmail
yeah.
on it?
Basically, what it is they took all the extra parts to the Hylian tunic and put it on the champion's tunic.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
I do like
definitely
it.
love that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool, but I don't know if there's anything we can really grab from
No.
that.
No.
Yeah, it's just him.
Aside from him looking like
Dominance.
totally like a lich.
How that face looks.
Oh my
look
gosh,
like
it is a
equivalent
lich.
to
Yeah,
the-
it's a lich Ganon.
It looks like.
Please
it-
tell me we get rehydrated Ganon, because I really want to see what this rehydrated corpse looks like.
We all know you're thirsty. Just
Yes,
let it
oh, you know
go.
what? You don't have to call me
No,
out on me.
Ganon's
You're
a little
right.
parched.
I wouldn't quite be surprised though if at the very end he regains.
Oh,
like,
definitely
all
for
his
the final
power.
fight.
Yeah, I want a fight with Lich Ganon.
I do think we're
But-
gonna get a fight with Lich Ganon.
I
but
hope we
yeah.
get to fight him more than once.
I would
be kinda
love
cool.
to, but I don't see it happening.
All I'm just imagining.
I would love to
The
have
only-
him be the boss of every dungeon.
That would be kind of fun. The only way I see it
Well,
happening
they
is
did
if they
with
pull an
lights.
Ocarina of Time and you fight. It's like kind of like a Phantom Ganon fight.
So wait,
Oh,
you
yeah, yeah.
Giraham or Xant?
Well, they could pull a Giraham.
I also want to point out these clouds look beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I made that joke because of the blights.
Where do you think he's coming from?
The air, where else?
Sky, what's a
Skyloft?
no, the bird, Loftwing.
I don't see it, but that'd be
I
kind of
don't
cool.
think we'll see the Loftwings.
I-
That was a gimmick they tried, and people didn't like it very
No,
much.
people
so
didn't
I
like the
think they'll
controls.
try.
No,
In fact,
I
there's
would be
nothing
down
to
with
do
it if
with
they fix the
it.
controls.
But Nintendo doesn't always necessarily like take
Link
those
up.
criticisms
Question.
and realize, oh hey,
Can we
should make
see
it
the
bigger.
ground
They
and where
hear,
this
oh,
is?
we should
Oh,
take it out.
definitely not.
That's
We're
true.
too far
Yeah.
out.
That's very
but
true for
That
What
is
I'm
Nintendo.
some,
thinking is-
Chris, that is some really smart cloud coverage because you can't see where we are.
Yeah, you cannot tell where
But-
on the map we are.
I'm thinking, what if instead of towers, instead of climbing up, what it is like the
Dream Drop Distance.
Quiet.
no.
Are you being Kingdom Hearts again?
Yes, he was
No,
trying
no,
to do
no, no.
Kingdom Hearts.
What it is like in Skyward Sword, instead of a tower, where you go to get the map of the area is you fly up and you
Yeah.
get a bird's eye view of everything.
That would be
and
kinda-
then you.
It's kind of like an
fly.
Assassin's Creed thing.
Hey, have we-
No, it's like literally Skyward Sword.
Have we questioned
literally
what
what happens in
symbol
Skyward
this
Sword.
is?
Hey Matt, it's like a Sheikah design. You know what a duct tape is?
Yeah.
No.
You know what it could be? Sona?
No, it's you see the Sheikah eye.
No, it looks Sheikah, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it doesn't look. It has some Sheikah qualities, but it's not completely.
There's
Sheikah
also a new
either.
paraglider.
Yes.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is
true.
that is based off of the Royal Crest
Yeah, you're
now.
right. Actually, it's the Hylian crest. Originally.
Oh
The
yeah.
bird itself is Hylian's crest, and then combined with the Triforce is the Royal crest.
What I'd kind of like to see is like collectible paragliders that do different stuff.
Ooh,
That
that
would be
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
We've discussed different paragliders. It'd be. I wish it was in the first game. But
different sales.
This is also good,
I wonder what the
yeah,
explanation
like
for the
different
hair
sales.
changes.
But
more good cloud coverage.
I wonder what the because his hair is pretty different.
No, this is clearly like a couple years later.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
does he get put back in the Shrine of Resurrection?
No, this is clearly like the whole thing because his hair is this long from the beginning. Like in the first,
is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
All right. Well,
it's just
Looks
styled
like
differently.
It's usually because it's styled different because he usually wears a ponytail.
Though I really do like the
Oh wait,
long
hold on. I
hair.
want to see that.
That looks almost like the.
Who's got a Funko?
Oh,
You got something on? Silent.
It wasn't silent if you heard it.
But
It was ringing.
this is interesting. I cannot pin that on anything.
No.
But that has to be a dungeon.
It looks familiar to me.
It does.
It looks familiar as Japanese, but like in a more Japanese architecture, Josh, you could comment there.
I was
but-
getting more gore on something related.
I wouldn't quite say that, man. It looks more.
It looks like something out of Death Mountain.
It definitely fits like the more like Hyrulean stuff being based off of Roman like the Greco-Roman periods. So.
Actually, I don't know if they're still basing off Greco-Roman. And look at the Sheikah.
The Sheikah
town.
aren't
Well,
Greco-Roman,
the
that's
Sheikah
the
are
point.
like the Sheikah are like the only thing.
Now,
they
where
do.
is this?
Definitely Sky Island. You're
Well, like a
inside, you can see
majority
your
of
sky.
that
True.
stuff is.
I guess, yeah.
I can't pin this. This has to be ancient Hylian. It might
I
all
really-
just be ancient Hylian.
It could be Zonai.
I just realized Kakariko is
Now
nowhere
this.
near Death Mountain. Yeah, this does not look Sheikah, but this looks more closer to the shield than.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the robots from Skyward Sword.
Yep.
The color.
Time shift stones?
We
Yep.
already have stated that's a possible. And plus, the Sky Islands are supposed to definitely be a callback to Skyward Sword.
I was thinking body for some reason, but
Dude, can we just like?
Bobby?
it just looks similar, but not like that.
Hey, go back. Let me see
I
that.
love that like Nintendo's just making Skyward Sword 2, and everyone is hyped for it.
You know what it looks like? It's definitely a BMOS. I think we can all agree that.
It's a type
Like
of
a-
BMOS. I don't think it's like.
It also has green energy flowing through it, so I'm a little confused.
Maybe it's like a hyped up BMOS type thing.
Well, I don't think it's going to be called BMOS, but I think it's going to essentially act essentially as a BMOS.
Yeah.
Like the BMOS family of
Yeah, it's going to be
monsters.
it's going to be a BMOS family, but
Yeah, it's got that green energy.
It has green energy flowing through it.
It's more magical than the science of the sheet. I really think this is definitely Zonai because the Zonai were magic users.
is it Zonai or is it Lonai?
The Lome are the
It's Zonai.
The Lome
I-
are the Zonai.
I know, but I remember we had this debate because you thought it was two
Yeah.
separate people.
That was before I read Champion, Building Champion.
So, comments?
Lome, right? No, Zonai. Damn it,
Zonai.
Eric. Bastard.
No, so it's also running off of a green energy we pointed out.
Here. Right there.
Yeah, the shield looks more similar to this design than
See,
Sheikah.
what that specifically reminds me of a lot is from Wind Waker.
I was gonna say Skyward Sword. The robots.
Actually, yeah, but also in its kind of design and purpose, it reminds me a lot of
It's just a-
the head from Wind Waker.
I just had a really dumb
I
idea.
can kind of see it.
It's just they take everything from every Legend of Zelda and put it in.
Honestly,
That's what they're doing.
that's probably what they're going for.
If we're really going for convergence, like
This
It
is
100% was meant to be convergence, but then they wimped out.
this is they're going full force in the convergence.
I
yeah,
hope so, because that should have been what it is.
Well,
Instead, they
It's
just
just more of a
I said this. I said it while you were gone.
Are we gonna spend 45 minutes on
they were
each
very
trailer?
much tiptoeing around the subject.
Yeah, I
it's,
said
it's
before while
going to
you
be
were
its own
gone.
episode.
But I
No,
love
no,
the
no,
idea
no,
that
no.
like Nintendo is essentially
No,
just
just
making
cut
Skyward
halfway
Sword
through this
2
one.
and everyone's hyped for it.
Yeah.
But if they called it Skyward Sword 2, no one would care.
well, it's Skyward
It'll
Sword
be a
2
mega episode.
and Breath of the Wild.
It's a podcast.
Podcast. We'll make an episode on a podcast.
We could do two.
We're at an hour and we're not even do the second trailer yet.
That's fine.
It also reminds me kind
Dude,
of
guys,
of,
we only had like 5 minutes of trailers
Yeah.
total.
It reminds me of a BMOS kind of.
Yeah. Thank you. See, someone else gets it.
Yeah, no, I'm not just denying that it's going to be a BMOS type
Also,
anime.
this
I
is-
don't think it'll be called that.
We can see closer up details on this structure over
Oh
here.
yeah.
It doesn't look Lona, or it doesn't look Zonai.
Really? Because I thought that
There are some runes on the edge that are
Zonai.
Zonai.
What?
A little bit.
But I mean, not everything has to be
No,
like
I think
full
this
out
is definitely
cars.
ancient Highlands, maybe Skyloftian.
Yeah, because that shaping on that pillar, not
Oh.
Zonai.
No, but
That's
also,
ancient Hylian.
not all of the Skyloft. I don't think all of the Skyloftians went down to the earth. I think it's only the only confirmed one we have is Zelda. Zelda's
Link.
the only confirmed person. who
Yeah,
has the-
no,
No,
because
Zelda, Link, and Bruce.
Nope. Okay. In the book, it never states. In the book, it only states Zelda was the one that went. It is theorized.
100% Bruce stays.
Oh, absolutely. But it's
Wait, I
also
thought they all
theorized
go
that
down.
Link went to.
Yeah, quick question.
The-
Why are there still Sky
I
Islands?
think you know the name of the game.
What?
What was that one game
That's
where it was like you're an angel, I think you named Pip or something?
What?
Like it was when it was there was like a Nintendo
Oh,
game.
Kid Icarus?
Kid Icarus.
Oh, Kid Icarus. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It was like Pip. Or
I heard
something
Pip.
like
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
I was- I was like,
I was
Pit.
Also, I thought we were talking about
What,
Zelda
Pip?
still. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Character
Okay.
that's
Are we
named
not
after
talking about
Pip.
Zelda?
okay, so
I was just gonna make a joke about Kid Icarus. We're just becoming Kid Icarus now.
Dude, I'd be so down
I
for
would
it.
take it.
I
Is this the
still
Kid
want-
Icarus game you've been waiting for?
I want to say that we can't.
Dude,
We,
imagine an open world uprising.
Oh my gosh, that would be so dope. Free fly. would be
confirmed.
amazing.
What's up?
Confirmed. Ruda's not there anymore.
Where?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Ruda's not in the background here.
Oh.
This
Yeah.
is you can see.
You're right.
You can see there, and that's where Ruda would be
I
resting.
think, yeah, you're absolutely
Is that the
right.
same paraglider? It looks like.
Nope, it's different. It looks even different from the one we just saw.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it looks the same.
Was it purple?
It looks a dark.
Yeah.
The lighting was weird.
Oh, yeah, right.
it's the same.
You know what that actually looks like? Wait, hold on.
It looks like it's made out of bone.
Get a better shot of that.
Of what?
The pattern on it reminded me of the Sacred Shield from Skyward Sword.
I was actually thinking that exact same thing.
Look at it. It's got the purple and gold pattern of the Sacred Shield from Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made
Here, I'll
out
show you
of
what it looks like,
bone.
man.
And it's purple.
It's made out
the last
of
one.
wood, I believe.
So, do we think, because with the new focus on flight, do we think the champions' abilities are going to come back?
No. My running theory is that when the champions passed on, their abilities went with them.
Yeah. I don't think you'll have the ability, but
I think you're gonna start fresh.
Yeah, because
At the very least, I think they'll have something similar to Rivali's Gale.
yeah, like Vali's Gale would be both like useful and
Yeah,
also
it's got the
completely
purple
nerfed
kind of
because
claw
it
pattern.
it gives you a lot of height for Breath of the Wild 1. That height that it gives you would not do
But
anything
that's
this
what I'm
one.
thinking. They totally could do a lot. Like they could even
Well, unless
do.
like the sky area is considered a separate area entirely.
I
I hope
feel
not.
like it-
I hope they don't make the same mistake.
Wait, what?
Having the sky area be separate from the ground.
Oh, please no.
I know.
I could see them doing it just to save on rendering, but like, please no.
Yeah.
See, my issue.
The thing is, we
is,
can't
like,
see any sky islands in
You're
this
right.
shot.
But maybe they haven't been activated yet.
I-
He's still in the champion's tunic, and he doesn't look like he has the arm.
This is true.
You are right.
You are actually. This means that we are going to be exploring the world
What if
pre.
What if it's kind of like Ocarina of Time, where the world changes after you do the first 3 dungeons?
Are you sure? Because it just.
Yeah, no,
You
he's.
can't really tell because it's.
No,
yeah, he's wearing a gauntlet.
You can see his. Yeah, but he's still wearing the blue.
Yeah, I doubt they'd like give him that gauntlet without.
I think that
story
hand's gonna be
happening.
seen throughout the whole game. I don't think he's hiding that.
I don't know, because that's the thing. We've only seen this
Well,
and the
it
other
looks
one,
like-
and
The,
Also,
it looks like the
notice-
arm is going to be his Sheikah ability, so to
Where's
hide
his
it.
Master Sword?
Did it follow Zelda?
He,
Wait, yeah,
he
it was
does
before.
have Traveler's Gear.
Yeah, that's true.
He
What?
doesn't have the Master Sword on him right there.
yeah,
True.
that's the thing though. You don't always use the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild 1 either.
Yeah, but
So it's not.
you're right. You're right.
And I don't really think they.
Yeah, that's his arm there.
Yeah, and like
This is.
He's
all-
back at.
You can't see his arm here either, but
But you
he's
can see.
using
But like he threw a
the-
punch out and he stopped it with stasis.
That's
Well, yeah,
what
no,
I'm
you
saying.
can, you can see the gauntlet.
He
basically.
has the arm.
He might have the arm under the gauntlet.
yeah,
Yes.
That maybe it's only out with certain costumes.
Yes.
That's why I was. That's why I was.
Please let there be costume changes in this game.
There
Please.
is.
There is. We've
Well, yeah.
already seen.
Yeah,
it.
but like
Yeah.
to the state of Breath of the Wild, where there's a bunch of
Oh,
different
no way
costumes.
there's not.
there's 100%.
That was so
going to be.
staple.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's one thing though that I do wish they'd change, because like other games have done this, where abilities will not be tied to costumes.
No, I think that's kind of the whole point of the costumes.
That's part of
Yeah, that's the point of the
It's very
costume.
But
dependent
no-
I
on-
like being able to mix max.
I would like to be
cosmetics.
able to I would like to be able to wear whatever I want and then put on, but like make that like a
Well, that's what I was.
New Game Plus where you can wear
Yeah,
whatever and then you
I'd
can
be
choose
fine
what
with that.
effects are on.
That reminded me about that thing that I brought up. They should
Or
do the
through
half
upgrades.
Half set gives some bonus.
You can upgrade things to be more cold resistant.
Or you could maybe you could like choose kind of like customize armor, like you get all the armor comes with no effects, and you can choose what armor. I can see them not doing that, but that kind of be cool.
I don't know. I feel like they found a system that works.
I do think they're not
in
going
Breath
to
of
change
the Wild 1, and
it.
they.
It's not broken. They're not going to.
I wouldn't really want them to change it because like they
Yeah,
could do all that
well,
extra
well,
customization.
But that's
But,
then
like-
more time put into that than
yeah, and
the
that's
rest of
just
the game.
fluff.
Yeah.
When what they really need to be doing
It's
is
gameplay.
focusing on the gameplay because
where is this?
fans are going probably Death Mountain or something.
It looks Death Mountain rock, but there's also grass, which is weird.
Yeah.
Also, this is
No,
like
whoa, whoa,
Stasis
look at that
plus
goblin. Look at
plus.
that goblin.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
goblin has a much larger horn.
Oh yeah, we see that earlier too.
Yeah, we see it earlier too.
Really?
All of the enemies
I
have these larger
just
horns.
didn't think
Boom.
we commented. I didn't. We didn't comment on it.
No, we didn't. Also, I don't think we commented either. The fact that the base camp is on the Talus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we should probably change. I guess this is still a predictions video.
Well, I mean, it's predictions, analysis, whatnot.
Yeah.
Whoa! Was that a flamethrower hand?
We'll see, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about it in a second.
But yeah.
That is.
And
Wait,
that
is.
that's a weapon.
That's a
That is
weapon.
his left hand. Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
weapon
yeah.
and on his left hand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wait,
lefty
what
link?
is left hand?
Lefty link again?
Nope. He still has his sword sheath for a
Yeah,
right hand.
he definitely has a sword in his right hand, but
It's left
maybe
hand.
he has a sword in his right, but he shoots.
Or
with
is he
his left.
doing this?
It does look
No,
like
you can see, you can
No,
see
no,
his
no.
arms in the back.
Oh, you
So
can?
actually, back when this first came out, I
You know,
saw
doing
people
visual aid doesn't
saying-
work on a.
Yeah, they don't need to see. I'm doing it for you.
Well, I know. I was doing something for the.
People
Oh,
were
I
saying that might be a shield,
Potentially.
Or-
Tell me about
A
or
shield.
it could potentially be in a bow slot.
What?
He
Okay.
does hold the bow
what-
with his left hand.
Yeah, because you always draw with your dominant hand.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
if
is-
they expand the bow slot to be ranged weapons, more they could have like flamethrower. Maybe if they want to throw the
Flame rod.
whiz rods,
Which we already had them in the original game, but they were bad.
they were melee.
So
weapons.
maybe they'll make it better.
But if they put them into the bow slot, that would be interesting. Maybe replacing that could actually be interesting. Replacing the arrow types with different bows. So instead of like getting bomb arrows, you get a bow that shoots bomb arrows.
A grenade launcher hand. That's kind of.
But here's another idea they could do. What if the shield could absorb energy,
And
and then when you
redirect
parry, you can reflect. So you can store it into your
See,
shield, and then
They could kind
But
of. I don't
here
think
it
that's what
looks
that is.
like less you're launching back energy, and he's like
Well, no, I'm not
far
saying-
away doing.
what
it.
I'm saying like you can store it and hold on to it,
It
and then
kinda
release it later.
Looks more Sheikah make with the orange on it. With the
Kind of.
orange. I kind of get a Sheikah
Most of the
vibe.
reason why it would be orange is
But
it's the
possibly
natural
more
growth,
Goron.
Yeah, but Goron's never made anything like that before.
Also, I want to point out
Actually,
his
what if-
arm.
What if that's a thing where new technological innovations?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's definitely they're going to go forward with it. 'Cause
Yeah, because like the Sheikah, maybe
Guys,
they're collaborating with the Gorons.
We're going to space.
This
we're
also
finally getting the futuristic Legend of Zelda.
guys.
You know the original
I
one
know.
was supposed
A
to.
Link to the Future.
And
They've
look,
been wanting this
Oh
for
please let there be a
decades.
Link to the Future. That would be
his
so funny.
his
We must go
arm.
back.
No, it's a Link to the Future, but it
I can
still has
go.
nothing to do with time travel.
Back to
His
the
arm
future.
looks beat up in this. Like he doesn't have anything over it,
It
but he is in
does.
the champion's tunic, which means maybe that shot we saw earlier is pre his arm being hurt.
No,
Could be,
because
but
in
it
the
does
shot
still
after
have
that,
a
where
shared
he uses the
similarity
Stasis
kind of
plus
gauntlet
plus.
was.
I know, but we
His
don't get
arm
it. We don't get a
still-
super clear shot of his arm.
We still can't get a super clear shot of
I
it now.
think what's likely to happen is maybe his arm is busted like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the Can we just like quickly?
What? Also, what is that?
What is he fighting? That is an arm.
It's the thing that eats your shield.
No, it looks actually. It looks
Oh, like
Like
no,
that.
but those are talons and a hand.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it eats you.
I'll
They
say
have
what-
sharp teeth and they grab
Yeah,
you.
but-
It doesn't.
Look
Well,
how fingery
it looks similar to the Ocarina like.
Yeah, I can see it.
But
Looks like a
also-
kind of wormish thing to me.
Also, this shows that we can go underground.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
Maybe
this is
above
in
it.
the starting area.
Yeah, this could be ruins.
Or it could be a dungeon in
But
the
I'm
sky
thinking-
area. That-
Maybe. But if this is in the starting cavern or whatever,
I definitely
that
think-
would be why his arm is
Yeah,
still
I
Good
think-
question. What resolution is this video at? 'Cause it looks like
It's
stuff-
HD.
You want to double check it?
It's just because it's an in-between frame.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
just-
Sure.
No, because every time we pause it, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit
Check
better.
the res.
Well, the resolution just looks
Yeah, it's good. I think it's the TV. It's just far away and
maybe.
Well, and also we're doing it at 0.5 speed.
Yeah.
visibility.
Really
Yeah,
am curious
so
what that is.
cool.
I think that's your travel system between up and down.
Yeah.
We can get a better shot of what this is It looks
Oh.
like a shield.
Yeah.
It does look mounted on his arm as
Yeah.
a shield.
Yeah, but
And
it
it's
looks like
also-
he was holding it like.
It's also a dragon head.
You're absolutely right. That is. That's definitely Zonai. That's definitely a Zonai shield.
That is.
Yeah. No, that was definitely a dragon head.
Yeah, it could be a dragon head, but not necessarily a Zonai.
Oh, yeah,
but yeah,
Zonai are just dragon. That's
Dude,
what
the
they
water
do.
drop going backwards.
I love it. And that's the
I
thing.
don't-
With the music in this and the music in
Oh,
the
wait,
other,
hold on,
there's
we
so
actually
much
get a-
stuff of
wait, whoa.
reversing. I think
This
that
looks
it
over-
has to be time shift. Hebra?
No.
No. That looks.
Gerudo.
This looks Gerudo Highlands.
Oh, maybe.
Is
Yeah.
that Satori Mountain down? So not that one, but to the right of it. That would have to be Satori Mountain, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't look like Satori Mountain.
Oh, is this the... This is like the peak where kind of the tower was, wasn't it? This cloud's probably
Oh,
blocking the other
wait.
one.
Maybe.
The two like plateaus.
Yeah.
And then... And then the Great Plateau would be like right here.
Maybe. Also, the lamp. That lamp is like the
Yeah.
same egg shape as it was on that. What we're calling the Bimos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you can see more here.
Whoa.
Okay, so it looks like they definitely won't be separated.
Oh, and that weird structure we saw earlier is right there.
Yeah.
What are?
It might not be the
Wait,
same
hold on, no,
one.
no.
Well, yeah, but same
That's
architecture.
Linearu. Or no. Yeah.
It's the mushroom.
It's,
Oh, it's
it's
the
tundra.
mushrooms,
It's where the
yeah.
tundra area is.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the tundra plateau. That's the mushroom trees.
So it's right next to Hebra.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, it's also kind of near Gerudo Islands.
No,
Yeah.
Depends which way you're facing.
Yeah. I think we're facing south right now.
maybe. I said Hebra because I don't remember the name.
I think it's Linearu, right?
But
What?
Linearu?
maybe?
No, wait. It's.
Who knows?
I thought it was west of Great Plateau.
Yeah, it is west. It's like
Yeah.
slightly northwest.
But Linearu is east.
Yeah, Linearu is like
yeah.
the...
I'm gonna go find the map.
Isn't Linearu where the Zora are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
it's,
it's-
I was thinking. Sorry, I was thinking Tabantha. My bad.
Tabantha.
It's actually the Hyrule Bridge. Tabantha is further. It's across the bridge. That's the Tabantha. But it is the whole area is Tabantha, but this specifically is the Hyrule Bridge.
Yeah, Tabantha is basically between
Um.
Hebra and.
Oh,
Gerudo.
I know exactly where we are actually.
Where?
All right. So here I'll show you the map. So
My guess is...
that's the canyon right there. I think right here
Oh yeah.
is the canyon. 'Cause you can
Yes.
See that. You can see that landmass. You can see that landmass right there.
Mm-hmm.
So then this tells us that we're definitely.
This is definitely connected.
Yeah. Good.
Whether you can
Yep.
easily transport back and forth is the real question.
Guys,
I think going down. will
Down
be
is easy. Up is
But if it, from what we saw there, it's probably
man, but that'd be so cool to get a loft wing to fly up and down.
maybe. But I think more than likely you'll use.
The water
There will
slipper.
be plentiful of those little water things.
Oh, absolutely.
guys,
I don't
I
think
have a
there will be
theory.
ruins everywhere. I think there will be like clusters of ruins in
Yeah,
certain places.
I don't think it's gonna be the whole map. I think they're yeah.
I think we are actually in Termina. Link died down
Shut
there.
up, Eric.
just stop talking.
This whole game was a
Just stop
fever
talking.
dream.
All right, so the next... We have a lot to analyze coming up.
Yeah.
Backwards music, like in Termina.
And the first trailer.
We see Hyrule Castle again.
And it's rising in this one, and we can
Clock
actually
tower.
see. We can actually see it being pushed up by a
Malice.
geyser of malice. Yeah.
So this is definitely under. But okay. What if what we saw in that first trailer isn't the entrance to the cave? It's something else entirely.
Might be. What piece is this of the castle that didn't get taken?
Probably one of the outer ramparts.
Actually, that looks like where the memory is, isn't it?
No, the memory is up there. That's Zelda's tower.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
You're right.
And the memory would be on that bridge right there.
You're right.
Here, give me a map of Hyrule Castle. I can look a little further. Keep that shut up. All right, so.
Hold on.
Yeah, and you can see it's floating there.
Oh, I know exactly what that is.
Do you think Blood
Back.
Moons are going to return, or are there going to be something new to replace Blood Moons?
Again, we see no
No towers, no anything.
islands.
Probably blood moons.
Here, go back.
Actually, what if?
All right, I know. I think I know exactly what it is.
Who was saying it? But the halfway point, like Ocarina. What if?
It's one of the gatehouses. I can't tell if it's the first or second one though.
Okay.
What if, like, for the first half, you're just exploring Hyrule, and then you go underground and find Ganon at the halfway point, and then the Malice pushes the castle up, and that's why the other islands raise
Right,
up too.
what's the first half of the game gonna be?
Guys, remember when
Could be exploring underground.
Nintendo said that the name for Breath of the Wild was going to be a spoiler?
I think that's why they haven't given it to us.
Well, they said for the original one that was going to be a spoiler. Then they got Breath of the Wild. It's like, that's not a spoiler for anything.
No, but I do think
This one's going to be?
unless they're pulling the same tricks twice,
I
really don't.
No. I think Marvel also did this with the Avengers, and it's so dumb. Because like, if it's a spoiler, then don't name it that.
Yeah, that kind of ruined the whole point of Winter
I mean-
Soldier.
Yeah, it's like, I have to know the name of it if I'm going to buy it. Don't name it something that's going to
No,
spoil
just think about it.
I think
though.
we're gonna get it in the next trailer.
With Hyrule Warriors, they did that a lot. With Hyrule Warriors, name not final.
Yeah.
Because they didn't. That's the thing. They just didn't know what the name would be until later on.
But I think they've claimed that this one's also going to be a spoiler.
I think they did.
Maybe.
I think
They have.
Yeah.
But
I think it was after this trailer came out.
to
they
me,
said
I'm
they
just
were
like,
still
I don't
working on
believe it.
It could be, or maybe
Is that
it's something
something-
like it's a missing piece where if they announced it too early,
We'd had
fans
enough time to
would
figure it out.
Realize
Yeah.
and have enough time to figure it out. But if
That
they
could
dropped
be.
it late, people would be able to
I
more easily avoid spoilers.
If
I
it's
feel
going to be, sorry, you go, Josh.
Yeah, no, I just feel like the names more describe like the game's feeling as a whole,
Yeah.
instead of like a specific thing.
Well, some of them
and they
do,
might
like-
want to keep us guessing.
Actually, most of the game's titles are about a specific piece of the game.
Yeah, well, Ocarina of Time is about the
Majora's
Ocarina of
Mask,
Time.
Twilight
Majora's Mask.
Princess, Wind Waker.
When Skyward Sword is the only one that's not really. It's because there's nothing in there called the Skyward Sword.
Yeah, but
it's
well-
the mechanic of lift your sword up, beam.
Yeah,
you
but
could, you could
also,
also
you can call the
argue
God
that the
Sword
God
is
Sword
the
is the
Skyward
Skyward
Sword.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's
And
much
the
to
entire
Breath of
game
the
is about
Wild's
forging
names.
master.
Breath of the Wild, yeah, Breath of the Wild is the.
That's the mechanics.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
it's the feel, it's the
entire
open-
No, it is the feel.
yeah,
Breath
it's
of the Wild
the
is the
feel,
theme of it.
the theme,
Because
all
all of I think
Dude,
another one.
like a short film, like a 24-hour film festival with the theme Breath
I mean,
of the
Link to
Wild would
Past,
be
but
very
that's
interesting.
Dude.
only here.
Link to the Past is because it was a bad translation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the original translation?
It
Josh.
was
Something of Triforce of the Gods, I think.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the Link Between Worlds is literally just called Link, like basically.
Triforce of the Gods too.
Yeah.
And the reason it's Triforce of the Gods is because the first time we see the full Triforce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
I
where
mean,
did they get Link to the Past from? There's no time travel in there.
Well, they couldn't use Triforce of the Gods or anything because they thought Western audiences
Wouldn't react well to the
Yeah,
gods.
but there's no time
fearing
travel.
people.
Because I don't know.
Also, there was a cross on his shield in the first game.
My guess is it was. My guess whoever
was
whoever was
Templar.
coming up with the name probably mistook the going to the Dark World for
Yes,
time travel.
Yeah. And also
That
maybe
makes
just
sense.
wanted to include Link's name in the title.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, because in the past, Link was a bunny.
I forgot he was a bunny.
Big new fan theory.
He had pink hair in that game.
He literally.
All
turns
right.
into a bunny in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he also
So,
has pink hair in that game.
Do we see anything here that's intriguing other than we see Castletown is not?
Where is the? Oh, wait, quick! Can we play? We're playing an advanced game of the Hyrule Geoguessr game. Where are we? Without looking around, where are we?
I think it's the same kind of shot, just
Oh
closer
no!
in.
I think.
'Cause I think it's Death Mountain.
No, it's not Death Mountain.
No, you're
that's Castletown right there.
You're looking from
You're right next to Castletown.
pretty
Yeah.
much over towards Lanayru, but still on the Hyrule Fields
What's the
area.
stable above that's north of Riverside?
It's right. No, it's actually this side right here. It's right here.
Oh yeah, I think you're looking at it from basically a
Colonel Hill.
direct
I think it's
line
Colonel Hill.
from, like, you and the castle. There's a direct line between you two and the dueling peaks.
No,
Like
you're much
castle.
closer than that. I think you're right near the Lanayru wetlands.
You're
near Colonel Hill.
closer, but there's almost a direct line between
Yeah.
you and the castle and the dueling peaks, kind of.
Like Dueling
I
Peaks
would
will be
say
directly
you're
behind
more-
you.
That's the
You're-
angle you're looking at.
Yeah, I just say you're up north.
You're
up
in
toward
between the
Akala.
castle and the peaks, I think.
Really, I'd say you're more in between Akala and the castle because that's
Okay,
that's
yes,
a
but
sharp
some of us
angle.
aren't looking at a map.
I'd say you're kind of like right here.
Some of us don't have a cheat sheet.
Here, I'll pass the map over to you.
Okay, you should like get pictures and put them up on the timestamp or whatever for later,
If Alex, you're editing this.
so people can listen and know where the heck we're even
Ooh,
pointing to. 'Cause
it's-
I sure don't.
It's like
It's fine.
east of Central Hyrule Field,
Yeah.
but like
If I remember, I'll put him up.
east by northeast.
You're to the east of the castle. We'll just say that.
And also, I was thinking about what you said earlier with like at a halfway point in the game, there wouldn't be much to do. They could totally have you go on a MacGuffin quest. Because if you think about it, Ocarina of Time, the child was actually really short. It was 3 dungeons.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be, if it's anything, it's gonna be like 3 dungeons and then you're
3
in.
dungeons, and then you're in
If
the
that,
later
even if it's
worlds.
3 dungeons, maybe the going underground is like the first dungeon, and then it
Yeah.
changes
Or-
from there.
Well, I wouldn't even. I'd say going underground more than it being the first dungeon would be the dungeon before the halfway point.
Yeah,
So like you go into the cavern once you completed 2 or 3 dungeons and got the MacGuffins to unlock the cavern,
probably, yeah.
and then you go down there and find Ganondorf and Zonai
Yeah,
and
makes
and
sense.
Triforce, and then Ganondorf launches the castle up, and then all the other islands float up either from.
It just feels like it's a very back-heavy game. Feels like if you put most of your mechanics in the back half, it's gonna be.
Yeah, because that means you also have like
True.
no runes.
You have no runes, you have no Sky Islands, you're just kind of exploring.
We
a place
haven't
you've already
seen-
explored fully.
We haven't seen any
True.
of Link really exploring with Zelda other than the.
I mean,
Yeah.
as someone who's a fan of OPGs, like back heavy OPGs are not uncommon.
I know, but
Also,
But
what's it called?
RPGs
Zelda.
are a bit easier than. They're a bit easier to do back heavy than.
Well, also, what I was gonna say is that Zelda, like, is kind of known for being back heavy.
yeah, but you're doing a direct sequel. You got to start out with something new.
True.
Yeah,
You got to really drive home this point that it's a new game from the start if you want to get people in.
yeah. Cause I'm trying to think.
I got it.
3 days before.
Time travel.
I was gonna say it's one of those movies where you have the opening cutscene and then it just goes 3 days earlier.
Yep.
Kind of, but not quite.
Yeah.
You start afterwards,
Mhm.
but then you time travel back to
To
that
prevent it
point.
from happening.
And what, cause another timeline split?
Absolutely. We just fixed it. Let's break it again.
That's what you just said.
No, that's
Yeah,
actually
Joe, you
hilarious.
kept me around
No,
but
we
yourself.
have one timeline 3, back to 1, back to 3.
That would actually be hilarious.
Well, this would only split to 2.
Yeah.
Oh come on,
It would
we
be an
we
age
gotta
of-
have
No,
a long time
we
when
have
we
to-
die.
yeah.
Age of
it's
Calamity
fallen.
split.
No, please stop. Stop feeding into him.
Age of Calamity is
Wait,
canon.
No,
Age
stop
of
it.
Calamity is
No.
canon. Canon.
It wouldn't be another Age of Calamity split. What it would be
Age of
is
Calamity's
you'd be
not
going
canon,
back
Eric.
to that Age of Calamity and making it into a 3 split.
Age of Calamity's not canon, Eric.
I like this man.
It technically is canon in alternate universe.
I invited this
In an
man.
alternate universe, it is canon. I was the first one that asked him months ago.
Wait,
I've asked him.
I introduced you
That
to.
is true. You win that argument.
See, it's
can I ask
technically
one question?
it's
Get away,
technically
get away, get away, Matt.
non-canon.
Get away.
But
It's
the,
as canon as Hyrule Warriors. They're both non-canon.
No,
So I
Hyrule
have-
Warriors is very specifically out of canon.
So is this one.
No,
Yes.
So-
Age of Calamity's worked into the story. Is 3 Hopes non-canon?
I don't know anything about it.
Three Hopes is alternate universe.
3 Hopes is entirely separate.
Yeah, like
universe.
literally.
Alright, if it's
So
canon.
But-
Age of Calamity.
Wow, Eric can agree one Warriors game isn't canon, but not the other.
No, both are canon.
So, quick question, because like I said, I'm not knowledgeable on stuff.
Monopoly is
So
also
what is-
canon.
What is Age of
I don't think-
Calamity exactly? Like, what
It's-
is
It's Hyrule Warriors 2.
Basically,
but,
it's a game where the story is that a robot from after the calamity goes to the past to prevent it from happening. It brings all of the champions from 100 years in the future to the past to prevent it from happening. It's severely non-canon because it fucks up the timeline a lot.
I do
the
think
most thing I say
I do
about
think
this
there's
is
I do think there's canonical points to each of them. Though.
Yes.
It is canonical in its own universe. I'll give it that.
so.
No, however, they're the same champions from our universe.
No, they are
That's
not.
why they're yes.
Never-
They are the
No,
same
they are
champions.
not.
Yes, they are. They are the same champions from this Breath of the Wild universe.
So, then why can't it be like an idea where this universe
No,
is
'cause they-
its own version
Wait,
of the
is it
planet?
ever stated to where they return to? Because
Yes,
If
they
they-
return to their own time.
Where are they pulled from?
They were pulled from
the
Breath of the Wild
regular
after
timeline.
you defeat Calamity.
Well, what if this
Is
game
that
has its-
stated?
I haven't played
Yeah.
it, yes.
They make reference to the fact that they've
Alright.
worked with Link before.
All right. So when this game comes out, if they don't mention Age of Calamity, then we know it's not canon.
I will take that, but it's canon still.
It's canon
Nah.
until proven otherwise.
So, quick question: why can't because if it's the events that I'm thinking of, then why couldn't it be that this world is having its own calamity at this
For
moment?
that for a reason, boys.
Because this is the same Breath of the Wild 1 world.
Okay, I know. But I'm saying
Because Hyrule Warriors
it's
isn't
a
canon.
big disastrous event.
Because if Hyrule Warriors was canon, then why wouldn't Terraco have? Why wouldn't we be playing that game? Why wouldn't that have been the main game?
Because it didn't activate in the main game.
So it's not canon.
Tell me if I'm wrong. So it's a big disastrous event, aka from the calamity.
Yes.
Okay.
It could be called another
So
calamity.
that's
but
why
the thing with the
because I know what I was correct about what a calamity is. So I don't
It's a
understand
bad
why
thing,
this
yeah.
can't be its own timeline version or like universe version of a calamity.
It's
consideration
after
of-
Breath
because
of the
we
Wild.
know this is directly after Breath of the Wild.
We know this is after
So
they've
it's
already
not its
stopped.
own
They've
time.
already fixed the calamity.
No, I mean within the Breath of
Yeah.
like I'm saying within the Breath of the Wild universe. I'm saying within its own way for the worth of a different universe from Age of Calamity. Why
Why can't Age of
because there
Calamity
would
be
be
canon?
no-
Because I refuse to admit that it could be canon.
Mostly because there would be no reason for
Okay.
Breath of the Wild 2 to be its own alternate universe.
Okay, you don't
Breath of the
have
Wild
to
1
say
when can
it's
just be a
entirely
regular
canon, but could you
Okay,
accept
because
some
it's just like
like-
the equivalency.
I'm accepting that there are some things that
like it's
What?
it's a semi it's like it's a different
That it has
retelling
points-
of it.
Okay, it is canon up until Terraco comes back. I will give you
We're
that.
joking about Age of Calamity.
Okay. Well, I was just saying.
You get the-
I think it's
You get
canon.
half of the first mission.
It's entirely an alternate.
It's like Fire Emblem Three Hopes has a whole bunch of things that expand on the lore of Fire Emblem Three
I'm not
Houses,
saying.
but it's
I'm
like
not saying it can't
yeah.
be canon, but the whole. But like you don't even get through the first mission before Terraco comes
Yeah.
back and changes the timeline.
I'm
There's
not saying
much
that
could
all of
be-
it-
This is completely unrelated from Age of Calamity.
Oh no, I
I
know
think
that.
it's, like,
I'm saying-
fairly
I'm saying
canon
that.
up to
I'm
the
saying I
point
know it
of,
doesn't have to do with
like,
anything
basically
other
you get
than
the
Age of
Master
Calamity.
Sword.
I'm saying, why couldn't it have its own version of a calamity?
All right.
Moving forward, let's just.
The calamity happened
because like
in regular Breath of the
Terraco
Wild
hasn't
2.
We have like 3 different
Terraco and the
conversations
Bill
going on.
haven't
I know this
affected
is
the
this is
calamity
terrible
until
listen
the
for
Master
listening.
Sword.
Guardians
I
and
think
used them to
Terraco is
destroy
the reason
everything.
they had to change
Go
it.
ahead.
I think-
They pulled the champion
So-
earlier in that timeline, I think. 'cause
Yes.
I think we've
The
Were they
determined.
already
calamity
champions at that
happened
point?
100 years in the past when
Yes,
Link
Eric?
died.
I think we have
died,
determined
went into
Oh,
the-
okay, so that's
that this is
Calamity.
the max
So
amount of
calamity already
people.
did happen.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that's why
I
It's
think
called
six is- I don't-
Age of
I don't think we have
Calamity
any more than
because in
six.
the game you go back.
Well, I think
100
we've
years
determined that
to
this is
the
the max
calamity.
we can ever
And change
do.
history.
Okay.
It's
because
one
I
more
didn't
and
know
we
that
are-
Breath of the Wild
because
had
this
it.
is just-
It did. That's where the name came from.
Okay.
Alright, we ready?
Okay.
Let's move on.
Sorry for that listening experience.
Yeah, no, multiple conversations were being had.
I'm really excited to hear what that sounds like. Will you even
With directional audio, brain scrambling.
It's like
I
at a
think-
restaurant trying to listen
I
to
think-
every
I
conversation
think
at
we should
once.
just
I'm
cut that.
already getting. I'm already losing conversation between Eric and Jonah talking at the same time. All 6 of us going at once. It's just gonna be a wall of noise.
Let's just cut that.
No, I'm keeping it in. It's
Over
hilarious.
here was entirely just misunderstanding.
No, well, I mean, we had our conversation that I'd be fine keeping in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I don't
say
even know
that
what
was
you're talking
probably that was probably a solid.
We were debating the points of whether some parts of Age of Calamity could be canon or not.
That seems cuttable.
And then our debate over here.
I don't
was
feel like
basically-
editing.
Fair.
And then our debate over here was basically.
Alex, do you feel like editing?
Huh?
Are you gonna edit this?
No.
That's exactly the point.
I'm sorry.
I'm not editing this. I'll edit the gameplay videos. I'm not editing your podcast.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't want to edit it. Josh, do you want to edit this?
No, we're not editing.
All right, so let's continue with this trailer. Oh, we only have this one shot left.
This panning shot of the castle being lifted up.
It's not even panning; it's a still
It's-
shot.
That's what I meant.
No, it's panning. Or it's
Ah,
not
it
panning.
says
it's-
The
it's
castle is
at
panning
25
up.
speed.
Yeah, this music sounds awful, awesome.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's reversed even at normal speed. So like,
During just you keep going.
Well,
forward.
it is.
I
but
think
my
you can
point
drag-
being
you can
is
drag and
it
see what's
sounds
happening.
so terrible.
it's interesting though because in this, what it definitely seems like is Hyrule Castle is going to be a lot more like.
Also, I don't think it's been years since Hyrule Castle was lifted, because there's been no rebuilding of Castle.
Giggle.
You think they would have fixed
Man,
it?
is this frame a joke?
No, I'm saying it's part 2. I'm just saying that someone brought up the point that it's probably been years since
True.
Breath of the Wild. It looks like it's immediately afterwards. There's no changes to the ruins of Castletown. You think they would have started fixing that by then?
But it has to have been at least a year.
I don't know about
Not
that.
necessarily.
Not that much can be repaired in a year.
Not only that,
It
but
doesn't even look any different.
why would you rebuild Castletown if all the people already have their own settlements and homes?
Just so they can start rebuilding Hyrule itself. Maybe not as a monarch, but you think people would
I think
probably
this would
come
be a
back.
constitutional democracy.
I think there probably a lot of people fled the kingdom of Hyrule, like left the landmass we get when the calamity hit. A lot of people
100
probably,
years ago.
Yeah.
No one alive is.
No, but people might start coming back if they know the land is safe.
Yes, but there's still priorities.
There are, but I don't
Yeah.
know. You think they'd at least try and get a start on it?
True. That could definitely be.
Well, at what point? There's no monarchy or anything. You have this giant
Zelda might try and reinstate the monarchy. We don't know that.
Let's be honest, that's a-
Is Zelda a believer in democracy?
Like a second
No.
Swedish farming that just happened.
I don't know. I think Hyrule's fine without a monarchy, but I don't think it's going to stay that way.
True.
I want a game
And
of
even the
political
thing
intrigue.
is,
That
in the Zelda
actually would make
universe.
an interesting game. Or
For
Like different
not for the
factions
kids.
all fighting.
not for the kids.
I think there's
You're
actually
still
a
gonna think it's
mod
Nintendo. It's for the
it.
kids.
Okay.
But the perfect time to set it would be, I think, child timeline. Because what happens
Twilight
is
Princess, yeah.
no, not even Twilight Princess, but because child timeline, Link comes back, and then they out Ganondorf, so they can't defeat him. Instead, it's a long and bloody, drawn-out war between Ganon's forces and the enemy, and that's like political intrigue and stuff that happens
Oh,
there.
sorry. We're talking about. I thought we were still talking about Breath of the Wild too.
No,
No, a
Ocarina
political
of
intrigue
Time.
game like that would
Yeah,
be amazing.
that would be perfect.
Except for the fact that they're mostly children. Because I mean, when they come back, they immediately arrest Ganondorf, whether they kill him or not. He's in jail for a very long time before they kill him.
Did they arrest
Also,
him?
did he
Oh,
have
absolutely.
any followers that weren't
Uh,
demons?
the Gerudo. I think the Gerudo followed
The
him.
Gerudo followed him.
Did they follow him?
He
I
was-
thought they
he was
held
their
him.
king.
They follow him until
Twilight.
the
They follow.
7 years.
I think
and
they
then-
still follow him in Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Well, some of them.
Were they Gerudo Twilight Princess?
No, they were dead in Twilight Princess.
No, I think
Yeah,
some of them are.
No.
I think they're desert wanderers at that point.
Yeah,
No, they are. They still exist because in Four Swords Adventures, it states that the Gerudo and the Hylians, their friends, have become
Do you want to
peaceful again.
Yes.
put it on half speed as well?
No,
Oh, yeah.
In Twilight Princess, the Gerudo are fully gone.
They're back in Four Swords Adventure. They're back in the next game. They're I think they're desert wanderers. Like the village itself has been decimated, but they still exist.
Maybe.
I
I don't know, because it seems like Arbiter's ground in that entire place is kind of
I'll show you the Carfax.
I don't know. Twilight Princess also like messes with a crap ton of
Oh,
the
it does.
geography.
All right. Are we?
Here. Twilight Princess on the left page, Four Swords Adventures on the right.
Tell me when we're ready to
Why are
analyze
we
new
going
things.
this far forward?
Because this is
The rest of so
the
it's
rest of it is literally just stuff
Oh,
from the
alright.
second trailer.
Yeah.
and then it's shot from second trailer, shot from second trailer, shot from second trailer.
Alright.
All the way up to this point.
Yep.
Cool.
So we only have a couple of things
Alright,
to
so
analyze in
I
this
was
one.
just showing you. Read the first paragraph of Four Swords Adventures, or first or second. It immediately talks about the Gerudo and Hylians being friends again.
Yeah.
So they don't die. They don't have a settlement. I think they were forced out of Hyrule.
Maybe. Yeah, they probably abandoned Hyrule.
I think Hyrule forced them out.
Same difference.
Same thing. All right, ready?
But the Arbiter's grounds is definitely not where they are.
Definitely not. No, that Arbiter's Ground is where Ganondorf was executed.
Yeah, but that.
I think they held him in Hyrule Castle in the dungeon until they were ready to kill him.
No, I mean Arbiter's grounds is Gerudo Desert.
Yeah, but I wonder why they killed him there. It's also the holding place for the Mirror of Twilight. That's just a weird place.
Also, the Arbiter's Ground did not exist in Ocarina of
No, it
Time.
did not. It's really.
Well, I'm pretty sure Arbiter's grounds was built around the old Spirit Temple.
Maybe, but
Because
still,
you
a
see-
convenient place for the Twilight Mirror to be.
No,
Well,
I
see
actually
the statue.
I actually think that was on purpose because it was a backup plan. If they weren't able to successfully kill him, they were just gonna banish him into the Mirror of Twilight.
Wait.
So we don't want you to ruin our world, so
Yeah,
you just
so
go screw
We're
those
gonna try and
people.
kill you, and we know if we fail, it's gonna piss you off really bad. So if we can't kill you, we're just gonna banish you to some other realm. That's not our problem anymore.
Wait. So Arbiter's Grounds had the Twilight Mirror.
Yes. And it was also where the seven sages, or where the seven ancient sages killed Ganondorf.
And in Four Swords, the pyramid
It's where they had the
has
trident.
the Dark Mirror.
Yeah, and it
It's
also
on
mentions that
shadow.
It also mentions that the relation to the Mirror of Twilight and the Mirror of Darkness and the
Wait,
dark.
really?
Yeah, it's in the. There's a little side piece about
Wait,
it.
which game are we talking about now?
Four Swords Adventures.
I never played that one.
No,
Yeah,
there's it literally just says.
It says
the
it's unknown,
Relation is unknown.
Yeah, that's I hate. The reason I hate this book so much is because there's a lot of points like, hey, these things could be connected.
Yeah,
We're not gonna confirm
the
it.
time shift stones look like the Ocarina of Time.
They could be
They
connected,
might be
but-
the same.
They might be.
Nintendo are wimps.
Yes, they are.
If they say things,
I think if
the
they're gonna
fans
if they're
will
gonna
shut up and accept it.
I think if they're going to draw a
Eventually.
connection, I think if they're going to draw a connection between two things, there's probably a connection there. If they're going to point it out, then there's probably something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're covering their tracks. I think with Zelda, they really have no clue what they're doing, and they don't care to make it connected.
No.
So they want to keep all doors open. So they're hedging the bets.
This
They're
was-
like, right now, we do think these are connected. If we want to change it later, we're going to. So
It's-
we're not
it's-
going to tell you it's
It's
connected.
kind of like what Final. I think the original Zelda games were kind of like Final Fantasy, where there wasn't supposed to be much connection, and then people started connecting. Like, hey, you know what? We can make money off of this.
Well, they
Let's do it.
started.
We start
connecting
selling
them
books
on their
off
We
them.
can sell books off of this information.
They started connecting them on their own.
Yeah, they did, but like fans were like, hey, we can.
Yeah,
we
they
can order
did
these
it
things.
long
And it was
after the fact.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but this was definitely not.
Well, they
planned out
they
originally.
made the official. Yeah, definitely not.
This was definitely like, oh, you know, we could do this, and people.
Well, I
would like
think
it.
they are definitely meant to be all within like the same kind of world.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
But,
all
like-
Hyrule, and they do have similar geography, but I
you're
think
not,
that's supposed to stop.
They didn't expect to make an entire giant timeline, but then they came along and said, "Hey, Skyward Sword is the first game," and they were like, "Wait,
Shit.
but we need to explain why none of the other games can go before it." And then they backed themselves into a corner with the official timeline,
I mean,
and now
Yeah.
they've backed themselves out of it because they're too wimpy to
Confirm where Breath of the Wild is.
to confirm to
I-
go all
It's a
out.
new timeline.
it's either A, it's a fourth timeline, or B, it's a convergence.
Yeah, it has to be convergence.
I
It could
really
also be
support
a-
convergence.
I hope
Koroks,
it's convergence.
Rito, Zora, Gorons,
Fourth timeline.
all different.
Also could be
timelines.
the same thing. Could just be a fourth timeline.
Zora and Rito, why would they exist in the same universe?
Yeah,
Because-
why do they?
Because, well,
Because it's a convergence.
no, you have to think of the other three timelines have similarities. They have things that are the same.
There's also a
or
lot. There's references
So-
to each timeline. Like, why would there like?
Yeah, there's references to
So-
each timeline
yeah.
in the Korok.
We-
that's
brought
the only thing that.
We brought up like Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy, there are things between the games
Yeah.
that are the same. Chocobos. Almost all the monsters are taken from each one.
But
There's
they're
always a
like-
character named Sid that's a scientist. So
Really?
like, yeah. I don't know if Sid's in every game, but Sid's in most games.
But they're
So, like-
specifically not.
Yeah,
It
they're
is
not
connected.
connected.
It is
But-
specifically stated that they are not connected.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what Zelda was.
Other than ones that are direct sequels.
Yeah,
I
like
think
at
that's
10
what
and
Zelda was,
10-2.
and then they realized, well, you know, we could connect these.
Or
Yeah.
Endgame in the extended 7 universe.
Yeah, well,
Oh, God,
Seven has a huge
Seven has so
universe.
many fucking games.
I both love and hate the fact that the like Final Fantasy games and other games like it, like Persona, where there's like two numbers, where it's you have Final Fantasy 10, then you have Final Fantasy 10-2, because it's the second in the 10 universe.
Do we
All
even
right.
want to talk about the 13 trilogy?
Well,
Oh,
now
gosh.
we're talking about Final Fantasy. Let's.
Okay.
Wait,
yes.
let's go back to Zelda.
Please.
Alright.
All right.
Where's the audio?
We have no audio because he's talking over it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, what's that yellow thing? Whoa! Oh right, this is when we get the shot.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna reforge the Master Sword.
I
Oh shoot!
Yeah, no,
I
it's
like the
rogue.
stars on his arm.
Yes.
Oh,
so
it's
Yeah, I think it's the
interesting
malice
is that-
decay. I think it's the malice infecting him. And that's
why
what
this
seals away.
patterning though?
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
it's
Zonai
very
tattoo or
patterning.
something?
Patterning.
The
Yeah, that arm
pattern
is
does kind of look
corroded.
like Zonai tattoos. It looks more similar to the clockwork-looking stuff on his arm rather than pure
What do you
malice.
think
That could be
happened to
two.
the Master Sword? Did he have it in the dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it literally got dissolved in acid.
You know what? The last time we've seen a Master Sword like this,
What?
Malice, when it was when it went through the Calamity and the Malice.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
Well,
this
it was
bad.
a little
then.
dented, but
Yeah.
it was not
I think
anywhere.
I don't think it got.
It
I
looks
think,
more like molten in this.
I think
one.
it didn't get hit with Malice like it did in Link got hit with Malice in the trailer. Like,
Look, he's got claws now, by the way. He's got nails.
Because that's from the glowing hand. It had nails.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, I'm trying to see what bow he has here.
That
This is the shield we clearly saw in the second trailer.
it's not one we've seen before, but it has a similar color style to one of the Rito ones.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does look like a Rito bow. Yeah, if we.
Oh, wait, whoa.
We also have yellow glow on his
That
hand.
looks like a triangle.
It's 100% the Triforce.
That looks like a
There,
triangle.
yeah, there looks to be a triangle on his hand.
That is definitely the
Guys,
so courage.
wait, he's a triangle on his hand? What does that mean?
I think that kind of. This is
Yeah.
the first time we've seen him have the Triforce.
The green-
Guys, I think Zelda's his mom.
Almost 100%.
Oh, this stupid subtype. Oh yeah, look at that. You
That
see
looks-
that clear.
Yeah, let's see that again.
Did they spoil that?
Watch his hand.
Oh, yeah, it's Triforce.
I didn't realize
And
Nintendo
also-
spoiled that. But
Yeah.
No,
I
they
don't think they
intended
were
it.
expecting us to go.
Go and put this.
Well,
up.
Oh, they
in
hung
this
with
scene, they
it.
literally
They don't know
showed
the
the
internet.
Triforce.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They knew what they were doing.
The other thing is it could be next.
So that
It's the
hand was
Triforce.
the Triforce of Courage, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the delay announcement.
It could be
Yeah,
like
for
a
spring
Master
2023.
Oh yeah, I think I put it in a text once, but I don't think I said it like on a recording. I would find it so cool if we had a game with Ganondorf as a protagonist, and have Link and Zelda be antagonists.
Are we gonna
Because
close this
power
out and
doesn't
do it as a
necessarily
thumbnail?
mean evil,
Are we gonna
and
close
wisdom
this out
and
and do it
courage
as a
does not
thumbnail?
necessarily mean good.
True.
So I would just
No.
find it cool, like
Alright, we have-
thematically, being like, here's a
we have
just king,
What?
trying to do what's best for his kingdom with the power he has.
Do an actual prediction
Well, the thing
video.
about Ganondorf, and especially
Or do you
Wind
want-
Waker
do you want to say-
Ganondorf, that was the thing. But he gets corrupted by the power inevitably, and the
Also, if we're gonna stone this, just screen it.
Right, yeah.
So what I'd almost like to see is Ganondorf, but not Zelda and Link as villains. You
wanna
want
see- I
two
wanna
other
see-
villains with Triforces,
I wanna
but
see-
not
Yeah.
Zelda.
I
Something like
want
that.
to see a game where we have the full Triforce united against another evil.
Skyward Sword.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Demise actually comes back as Demise, or Demise leaves Ganondorf and comes into its own body, and we get Ganondorf still with the Triforce of Power. That might make a cool game. Shut up.
No, I'm just thinking Zelda and Link, Ganondorf's inside story.
Alright, that kind of be funny.
Okay.
Alright.
I would play that.
That actually does sound kind of funny.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I think it'll be interesting to see if they do bring Fi back.
I wonder if this kills Fi.
We see a blue glow there.
Yeah, we do see blue glow,
We do.
Yeah.
Fi's not dead.
No, you're right.
but she's hurting.
Fi's been sleeping in the Master Sword technically because they rewrote her into the old games.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, who cares about Fi anymore?
But it could definitely be interesting.
So, but like, that was definitely the Malice that did that, right? Because like, so the
Oh,
reason
100%.
it wasn't
Yeah,
sandwiched
no,
that bad the first
100%.
time is because they only probably got nicked in like Malice pools. I don't think it actually got a blast of Malice like we see in this
Well, I don't know. Would I? The theory
Dude, that sounds like
I-
a dope band.
Well,
Blast of
because-
Malice.
Blast of Malice.
The theory I've seen is that the reason it looks like this, the reason it's this bad now is because this is the weaker Master Sword that got hit by Malice,
Yeah.
where it's weakened and not like fully whole with the Triforce and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Because he
remember
split
the-
it part of its power into the armor or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think the Triforce really had anything to do with the Master Sword. Because Link and Wind Waker had the Master Sword before he had the Triforce of Courage.
Well, we see him going up to, or using what seems to be the Triforce, and going up to this glowing, golden energy
Well, I'm thinking
with the
But
Master Sword.
Can we
so.
get a shot of the back of his hand again? 'Cause it looks, I can't tell if it was a circle or if it was just the light effect made it look like a circle.
there was a circular looking thing on the back of his hand I saw.
Well, that's what I was gonna
Like
say.
that looks more, aimed
Go
straight
back a
angly.
tiny bit.
I was gonna
but
say.
bit
the one
more.
where we thought it was covered by the little
No, keep going.
Oh man,
right there. Just go back a little bit,
Yeah,
right there.
Wait. Okay, back like
Top.
2 frames.
he's gonna reach.
And you can't see the back of his hand when
No,
he reaches.
back like 2 frames.
Oh yeah.
Go there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That is a circle.
I was going to say,
That is-
because it could just be in a mechanical arm more or less.
See,
it could have
no,
an
no,
ultimate
keep going a
No.
bit.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a circle
It
on the
looks-
back of his arm, but I think that is still the Triforce.
I think it's
on
just
there.
a bad lighting effect.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think.
But can we ask what is
Yeah,
this?
no clue.
Well, maybe
I
it's
feel like we've just been ignoring that.
Yeah.
maybe it
it
reacts more to it.
Maybe. Yeah.
that area looks like the fountain in front of Hyrule Castle.
Well, I was gonna say it could be like one of the spirits from like Twilight Princess.
No, not the souls.
Let's see if we have a shot where we see more.
What I'm thinking
Nope.
is the circle on the back of his hand is part.
You know what it looks
It's
like?
part of
Look,
the,
you know what
uh,
that shot reminds me of?
What?
The Sacred Fires from Skyward Sword, because he's holding the
Yeah.
sword out in front of it, kind of like what he did when he used the Sacred Fires to temper the
I
Master Sword.
really like your idea of
I really
like
think he's reforging the Master Sword
reforging
right
the
here.
Master Sword.
I think so.
Right-handed Link, left-handed in between. The two right hands are the two that forge.
What?
I think a stroke.
you
So-
just having a stroke.
Eric's having a stroke again.
No. I had heat stroke last time, but I don't have heat stroke this time.
Oh no.
Skyward Sword Link and this Link are the only two that are canonically right-handed.
No.
Yeah. All the
No,
other ones are
yeah.
canonically left-handed.
Doesn't Wind Waker right-handed?
No.
No, Twilight Princess is right-handed.
No, but not
on the
canonically.
Wii.
Yeah, on the
I'm
Wii.
On
pretty
the
sure Wind
GameCube
Waker is
is
right-handed.
left.
Give me a encyclopedia.
Actually, Wind Waker might be right-handed.
I'm pretty sure Wind Waker is right-handed.
I'm pretty sure all Links
I'm
before
pretty
Skyward.
sure you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
All right,
Every
so
other,
here,
there
I'll
are
go
like
through the main
2 or
character
3
arc.
exceptions.
All right.
Genuinely.
Yeah,
In between-
Twilight Princess, the Wii version
What
is,
was-
but
We
GameCube
recently read a thing that it says in the book
He
about.
is mostly lefty, but Link. Okay, I'm looking at the actual art right here. Link Between Worlds. He's left-handed.
Yep.
All right, Skyward Sword. I'm pretty sure he's right-handed.
He is.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you had the Wii remote.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why they flipped it in
It-
Twilight Princess.
Yes.
I still. It's weird that it went Spirit Tracks and then directly to Skyward Sword. Yeah, there were no. It doesn't look like there was
Yeah, there was
much.
one.
There was no games in between Spirit Tracks and Skyward
Yeah.
Sword.
Weird.
When did Spirit Track come out?
2009.
When did?
Skyward Sword 2011.
Yeah, it came out the year.
It's 2 years.
It's like 2 years.
Yeah, it's just I don't. It's not like the timing is weird. It's just
You don't think about it.
you don't think about it.
Did they remaster any games before that?
I don't think so.
No, Spirit
Before
Tracks. He's
Skyward
left-handed.
Because Twilight Princess came out like launch day for the Wii or like
Right.
launch
Phantom
window.
Hourglass.
No.
No. If Phantom Hourglass is the same as Wind Waker, then it's left-handed.
Yeah.
Because Phantom Hourglass is left-handed.
Yep, told you. So the two right-handed are the two that are forging the sword. The rest are
And
left-handed.
it wasn't a launch title on the Wii. I know because I had it.
Minish Cap was
Yeah,
left-handed.
it was launch window because it was.
No.
Yeah, it was designed for the GameCube, but then
Sword
they
was left-handed.
Skyward Sword?
no. Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, yes.
Skyward Sword was
Skyward Sword was
like
with the
end
Wii
of it.
motion
Yeah,
plus.
it was the end of.
Yeah.
Wow, damn, he is left-handed. For some reason, I always remember Link.
No, I know he's left-handed because they made a big deal about Breath of the Wild being right-handed. And they're like,
Yeah.
why? You don't have motion controls. Why is he right-handed? And he said, well, because you used your right hand to hit the swing button. It was so dumb.
I always assumed
Nope.
Link was
He's
mostly
always
right-handed.
left-handed unless
No,
you have
he's
motion
almost
controls
always
before
left.
Breath of the Wild.
I know he. I'm
That's
looking
always
at the facts
been
now.
unique shape.
I never connected that in my mind. I just always assumed he was a righty.
Yeah, so the two righties are the two that are forging the sword.
True.
All the others are lefties.
It is kind of interesting.
They're also at the 2 ends of the timeline.
Yeah. The bookends.
And then you have the Schrodinger's handed Link in Twilight Princess.
Yes.
He does forge a stronger Master Sword with the souls
Does he?
It's what?
in the Twilight Realm.
Oh,
Yeah, the souls imbue the Master Sword and give him the power cut through the darkness.
yeah,
The Twilight Mist.
Kinda.
Hi.
And he's Schrodinger's. So. Do we think that there will ever be a game after Breath of the Wild in the timeline?
Breath of the Wild 2.
Well, okay. Outside of that,
In
Breath of
your
the
mind,
Wild
Age of
3.
Calamity.
Technically, Age of
no,
Calamity
Age of
is
Calamity's
after.
before 2.
Part of it
You
happened
asked after Breath of the Wild.
I meant after the Breath of the Wild's trilogy.
They could.
I don't know.
Breath of the Wild 3.
We really
There is
can't
so much
know.
time in.
Well, that'd be a quad.
I feel
No,
like
no,
their
please, they have
safest,
four. Breath of
their
the Wild
safest bet
Is
is to after Breath of the Wild 2 is to go back to classic Zelda style.
I hope they do.
I hope not.
I hope they have like how there's Metroid and Metroid Prime. They're two different gameplay styles.
Yeah.
But they're the same story.
But they
I
have
want-
the 2D and 3D Zeldas already.
Yeah, but shut up.
I think
Stop talking, Eric.
However,
Link's
Do we
Awakening,
need 3D
man.
Zelda in a form that isn't like
When was
this?
the last time we had a 2D Zelda game?
Link's Awakening remake?
I wouldn't mind them
Link
developing
Between
a
Worlds.
new.
Like, what you?
It was still 2D.
2.5D.
Triforce Heroes, technically. Well,
It's
no.
2.5D, you're right. I just
Yeah, it looked 2.5D. It's
no.
the
That's,
2D gameplay.
But it is very much on a 2D.
It is. You're right. It is a two-dimensional plane. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm brain tired.
I wouldn't mind.
I thought for some reason when you said 2D, I was thinking like actually like 2D models. My brain was.
No, I'm just
I
on 2D
get that. I
gameplay.
get that now.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's treated
And
more
that's why-
like the 2D maps.
And that's the thing. I love 2D Zeldas, and I love 3D Zeldas as well. I do
The
eventually
reason
want to go
I
back to the
I hope
original.
they just do
The
them
reason
random.
I don't want necessarily a Breath of the Wild 3 is because it feels like not necessarily it's overstayed its welcome, but at that point you've changed Zelda so much, it no longer feels like that original Zelda.
I would be down for it if they brought back actual dungeons. If it wasn't just 4
Yes.
divine beasts, I'd be fine with it. If they kept
You're right.
the weapon
But I
collecting and
don't
the armor collecting,
necessarily want Zelda to stay the
I don't
whole
think
like
it's always
open
going to.
world.
I'm this
I
way
hope-
too. I want to go back and forth.
I want to go back and forth. I hope it's not like this is the last time
Maybe.
we'll ever see it.
Counterpoint, if we ever go back and forth again, we'll be waiting 2 years for a regular game,
Or they,
20 for a
I mean, they,
Breath of the Wild game.
Not necessarily.
No, they
could-
made us wait for regular games too.
we could split.
Not really.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Not
could,
really.
Zelda's known for delays.
you could do a separate team for like each.
Honestly,
True.
Well,
but
Monolith
then
Soft is
certain
working on
resources.
this.
I don't know.
yeah. Well, and also Monolith Soft is like constantly hiring new people.
Yeah, I think you could
Monolith-
easily make 2 different teams.
Can we talk
True.
about the fact that Monolith Soft has released 3, you can technically count 4 games in the time that Breath of the Wild 1 and Breath of the Wild 2 have come out?
Monolith Soft does work.
Yeah, they
I don't know
do.
who Monolith Soft
And they've been working on this as well.
They're,
They're
the
Xenoblade.
ones who make everything.
Yeah, they make Xenoblade.
Yeah, they
That's why I
released
care.
Xenoblade 2, and if we want to count,
They make
Breath of the
Torn Up.
Wild, it's Torn Up, but it's
Yeah,
not
but I don't care about
really
Xenoblade.
a
I care about
new
Breath of the
game.
Wild. I don't
It's
care about
big
Xenoblade.
enough, it could have been.
Was X before Breath of the Wild 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Wii U. And it's never coming to Switch.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
X was used as the basis for 2. At least like the world and whatnot. And
I
then
know that.
Xenoblade Definitive Edition, which
Remake.
it's mostly and like for the most part, it's literally just an upscale
Yeah.
texture thing, and then 3 coming out.
What's happening?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Are we recording?
Yeah. No, we're good.
We're recording.
Yeah,
what,
we are.
what are you pointing?
I wanted to beat Eric's record for longest episode.
I don't think we will.
Yeah, we can keep going.
What is the record?
What is it?
It is one of the Your Lie in April episodes.
2 hours, 52 minutes, and 11 seconds.
Oh, we're not even
He's got it memorized.
How long have we been going?
About 2 hours.
2
I
hours.
could talk- I could keep talking.
Yeah, keep talking.
I
Keep
could
talking.
literally
Record.
keep talking
That was
about
awesome.
this.
It's like 2 hours and a minute.
Including that, did you include the first half? I mean,
Yeah, no, we're at an hour and a half right now, and we had about 30 to 40 minutes already.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
want that
37
record,
minutes.
Eric. I'm stealing
Yeah,
it.
so
No, we're
I-
not.
I
I'm
do
coming
have
for that
a-
title. Do you wanna keep going?
Anyways,
Yeah, I definitely-
well, it was nice knowing you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
But I definitely want to see after this. It feels like when was last 2011. It's been 10 years since we've had a
That's 3D.
standard Zelda game.
Well,
right?
no. We had Link Between Worlds coming
Okay, true. Right.
Guys,
So
I
Link
want
That's
Between
the only
Worlds. When did that come out?
I want a
15?
Triforce Heroes sequel.
We'll see how this ends up. Maybe
Perhaps-
this is a more.
I just had.
No,
Hyrule
because we've already
Story,
seen
where
that they're going to use you're going to be exploring the Hyrule from Breath of the Wild 1 again, so it's probably going to be open
Is it
world.
What
Sorry.
would you consider
Oh, how did
like the
this story
minimum
come
it would
in?
have to have
Did
I
I use it?
was using it,
Oh.
yeah.
to become a more traditional Zelda?
Linear dungeons.
Oh yeah, no, I want dungeons. Yeah, bring the dungeons back.
Not necessarily dungeons, but I think linear dungeons
Mm.
and a more linear story.
I like.
Yeah.
I actually do like the 3 dungeon shift.
It is usually how it goes.
Yeah, I like the
It's the
3.
generic way of doing Zelda is 3 dungeons and a shift.
Yeah, like a
Happened in Ocarina, happened in Wind Waker. I think it happened. Twilight had 3 or 4 before it shifted.
I think
stuff like that.
technically 4,
But I think
but like there was 3.
Yeah, it was 4 Few Shadows and then 4 It was four fused shadows, the Master Sword, and then four
Yeah.
fused of Twilight.
3
Yeah.
Fused Shadows.
I think it's 4. Are you sure?
It was 4
The
sections of
fourth
fused.
one is Midna's helmet.
I thought all of those.
Forest,
Yeah.
Goron Mines,
Yeah. Water.
water, and then you meet Dant at the Lanayru Spring, and he
Right.
plunges it into Twilight.
You're right.
And then you go heal Midna.
Yeah.
And then you're looking
Yeah,
for
I
the
guess
Twilight
Hyrule Castle, if you want to count.
No,
it.
there's 4 spirits.
No, you don't even jump.
You have to you do have to go through Hyrule Castle again.
Yeah, but it's not even like a full dungeon.
You're right.
No, there's 4 spirits. There's 4
Yeah.
light spirits.
Yeah, no, but
The lights.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
You
about
don't
the actual
even-
fused shadow.
That's
dungeons.
not part of the dungeons.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the wolf segments.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're talking about the dungeons.
There were 4 wolf segments.
Yeah. So there's 3 dungeons, and then you get the Master Sword, and then it's the 4 to get the Mirror Twilight, then the Mirror Twilight, then the Twilight Realm. They had a lot of dungeons.
They had the most dungeons I think of any like
Yeah,
single.
you have 3, then 4, then 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Yeah, damn that's. Oh wait, no.
That's not my name.
What?
That's not too many.
No.
Link Between Worlds
Did-
had like 8 plus.
You're right. It has.
And Link to the Past too, because
Yeah.
8 dungeons, and I think in actually Link to the Past you go through both Hyrule Castle as a dungeon.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you do Hyrule Castle twice in Link Between Worlds too.
Yeah. Hyrule Castle twice, and then there's also you go through the Dark Temple where Ganon is.
Yeah, I think.
Or Lorule Castle in
Yeah.
Link Between Worlds. So that's like 8 plus, I think there's. So that's 9, 10 at least, maybe 11 if you count Hyrule Castle twice.
Yeah, I mean, I would. You're doing 2 separate things. You have to go through it twice.
Yeah, so that's. And then I think even original Link. Or original Zelda had 8 dungeons, right?
I don't know, but we should keep watching this trailer.
We finished it.
You already finished
Yeah,
it.
we
Really?
finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only new
all
clip.
the rest was him talking.
I don't know.
I would definitely like to see a return to more standard linear form.
I think it's going to come back at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'd like to
I
see
think-
it next.
I think it's
because
the next
I
thing
feel
after
like
Breath of the
people
Wild
are
too.
getting a little fatigued on the Breath of the Wild and
Well,
Open
there's only been
world
one
games-
game.
after
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, but
Open
like, it's
world
also
games
been
in
around
general,
and
People
a
are
big part of the
getting
whole
very-
talking sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would need a new Hyrule for sure.
Just play
Oh yeah,
everything
we're not.
beforehand.
I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine 3 in this Hyrule.
I don't think we're gonna.
Definitely not.
I don't think we're gonna see another continuation of this for a while.
But I'm saying, like, if they were to do this style again, they would have to completely reinvent the
completely new
world.
Hyrule. Absolutely. I don't want to be in this Hyrule again for it.
I
would
also
also
do want to
think
see them
that-
change style.
If it was the same Hyrule,
No,
which-
I think we're in a different playstyle. But if we go back to this playstyle of Breath of the Wild, I want it in a different Hyrule.
Yeah,
I
I want
want
nothing to be the same.
I want it to explore something entirely new.
yeah,
Oh, and that's another thing. Not like none of the like
Weapon durability,
all
that.
the different weapons,
Yeah.
like standard
I-
swords and standard you get the items from
Yeah,
the dungeons.
no,
and
I
that's
do
your
think
progression.
that's going back to that. I just hope we don't get rid of it forever. I do
No,
like the weapons.
Definitely
like,
not. And
I
think
want
it
them to
will-
bring back the double claw shot.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Or just the claw shot in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're
I'm
gonna
gonna say
get
bring
a
back
hook
the
shot
weapon
back.
hook.
Yeah, hook shot, claw shot.
I think that's viable to happen in this game.
I don't.
I don't think so.
See, if it is, it's not gonna be a
Could
claw
be-
shot itself. It's just gonna be one of the abilities.
It
of the
could be
hand.
potentially to get to other islands.
I think if it is, it's just gonna be used to part of the hand. It's not gonna be its own item.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying as part of the hand, but
Yeah.
Maybe. It could be.
I don't know. I think it could allow for some cool movement.
Yeah. No, I really do think it could.
yeah, if
Yeah,
you're able
but
to
I
use it in
think
combat as
At
well,
the
maybe.
same time, I don't think it would feel quite as good because it's mostly invalidated by being able to free climb and glide everywhere.
All right. Do you think they'll actually patch out like wind bombing and item smuggling?
No.
Item smuggling, yes.
Wind bombing?
No.
Is that may be a part of the physics engine to the point where they may not be able to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary's mod, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
that's a lot of
doesn't care.
glitches or
Right,
not stuff that's
something-
easily
Yeah.
patched
Well,
out.
Source Engine. I
Yeah,
don't think they're-
well, they've tried.
Well,
And that's the
okay.
thing, they have patched out some glitches. It's just that,
it
like,
also I think just depends on how if the bombs function the same as they did.
If we, it also,
even if we have bombs,
if they take away just one of our
Yeah.
bombs, if we don't have both,
we still
Yeah,
get
they
the
make
bomb.
it so you can only have one
yeah,
like bomb out.
if you get rid of like either the square or the sphere one, you need both bomb to win bomb.
Yeah, so like
But not wiggle.
I think they're gonna patch that.
no, because wiggle includes item smuggling.
I think they're definitely gonna get rid of item smuggling.
True.
yeah, because there's some glitches just in games in general
Over
that
the
is
Android, I
so
think
like
that's
tied to the coding that like they would have to
Yeah. I feel
almost
like
destroy the game
I
to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
I could see them not caring to patch out BTB and
Whistle Spread, I
wind
don't
bombing.
think they're gonna care.
Well, that's
Well,
the
okay,
thing.
Whistle
They
Spread
have
breaks the whole
patched
point of
out-
stamina. I could see them getting
No
rid of
climbing.
What?
Well, it kind of gets.
See, but the
No,
thing
but
with
like the whole-
BTB and
yeah.
wind bombing is that those both require skill.
Yeah.
And they don't get you necessarily out of bounds places.
No.
They just get you places you can already get faster. So I
Yeah.
think those, they might not see it as a
Breaking the game. but
breaking
more,
the game.
But more of just using.
Yeah.
What's available.
Using, like,
Do you think they'll-
do you think they would ever patch out stasis launches? No, because that's an intended thing. So I think they might think maybe BTB bounces will go, but I think wind bombing has kind of become a core
wind bombing,
of
if
Breath
I've
of
heard-
Wild's
What about,
personality.
Do you guys think that we will not be able to max out our health and stamina again?
Oh god, I hope not.
No idea about that.
That'd be
But,
real.
however,
Like, I get why they do it, but it's stupid.
We
I
haven't
didn't do
seen
anything.
any shots with UI at all.
Yeah, we haven't really.
I-
But even then, it's like something that we don't even know till launch with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I hope we at least get a UI reveal.
I think in the next trailer we will.
Like,
Yeah,
actual
maybe
gameplay.
We'll definitely get a gameplay trailer
If
before.
it's not being
Yeah.
delayed again, I think we're gonna see a gameplay trailer.
I hope so.
very soon. Really? Imano.
Because it
If
feels
it's
like
delayed again, I think I might
Oh,
cry.
because they've had some shots where it's definitely gameplay. So I think they're coming up onto the point where it's polished. And aren't they launching for 2023 now?
Spring of
Spring 2023.
Yeah, that's at least what they're.
So that's like half a year less than.
That's
Closer to a full year,
Oh, come on.
I guess.
no,
Time is weird.
because no, it's coming up.
It's about half a year.
Yeah. Nah.
Depends on when spring.
Yeah.
Even then, we're
Yeah,
like,
we got
What is
about,
okay? How does the I know it's like business quarters are different than actual like seasons.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We can
so-
also talk about anime release quarters where like winter 2021 extends all the way into March of 2022.
Yeah.
So, but I
Ah.
think normally they do it as the standard, like spring starts at Q1 and then
Yeah. So I know that.
So like January to March probably then.
So this,
who knows.
from what I understand, like the fiscal year technically like ends in March, but January is still Q1.
Alright.
So that's like the weird thing. So like it's January, February, March is Q1.
But
April,
it's
May, June is Q2.
But it's also
July,
March
August,
is
September.
the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. It was like taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
That does track. But that's in America. That's that. I mean, I don't.
But Nintendo still does the financial quarters.
I was going to
By-
say
off of the
Financial
uh,
reports by March. Yeah.
America is different, but some countries still regulate to a certain tax degree that follow the same principle.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. If
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
universal tax
Nintendo like all of the like financial reports come out in March.
rate. Alright, that makes sense.
So, yeah. So when they say like, winter, they mean January, February, March. When they say spring, they mean April, May, June. When they say,
What do you think happened to Girahim? If Vi's still alive, what happened to Girahim?
Probably died / got sealed with demise.
If we ever saw Demise again, we could potentially see Girahim
True.
again.
actually, Girahim was in the dual swords in the original Hyrule Bridge.
Technically not, because
He was
in
actually
Hyrule.
in Hyrule Warriors, dumbass.
And he
I know.
transformed into his demon sword form.
I never played Skyward Sword, dude. I don't know what Girahim is.
You were there
the
when
best
I played
Zelda
it.
villain.
I was only there for a couple
The
of them.
best Zelda side villain.
Goddamn, yeah, goddamn right you are.
Okay, how many?
Xant,
That tongue though,
Though if they
you know exactly what
If
I'm
they
talking
didn't
about.
take
Yes.
off the mask on Xant,
see, or if they played it better. I don't remember who, but I saw a YouTube video, or no, it wasn't even a YouTube video. It was like a series of posts or something. But they went through and did like tiny tweaks to rewrite Twilight Princess's story, like specifically centered around Xant, and it was so much freaking better. Like he doesn't go crazy at the very end for no reason.
He just kind of turns into a petulant child, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, like, that's kind of like always what he is.
Yeah, I mean, that-
and when he's backed against the wall, but he should have started going crazy a little bit earlier on.
Yeah. I mean, he was always just a puppet for Ganondorf.
Well, yeah, but he could have been like an actual, and like play up his part in the end where he like kills Ganondorf. The little
Nope.
neck snap thing.
I've never heard a good explanation. I've seen explanations. I've never seen a good explanation for the neck crack.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Zant,
At
like
the very end of
when you stab Ganondorf, Ganondorf like has a vision or something of Zant, and Zant just stares at him and goes.
Really?
yeah,
And
I've never been
Ganondorf
to
dies.
I got to
that's
Zant's
where
castle.
Ganondorf dies.
I got I think I got all the way to the top and I fell off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I give up.
Do we have anything to say about Blood 2?
I'm
That
going
is-
for that record, man.
No, we're done. We're
You
done.
don't get to say when we're done. Do you
We
wanna
have
do
nothing else
more?
to talk about this game.
I mean,
We
I'm
have
okay with
other
just
We're
podcast
stalling.
episodes to make. So
Yeah.
no.
We have.
I only have one script finish.
Well, we can do more gameplay.
We can do more gameplay. All right. Any last words?
Nah, I'm good.
I really hope they don't delay it again.
Yeah,
I
please
think,
don't delay.
I think that's our general consensus. Please don't delay it.
All I gotta say.
All right, if
I-
it needs delaying, delay it.
I was
But
going to say, yeah, delay it if it needs to be delayed.
It-
Do
yeah.
not release a half-assed
yeah,
piece.
Yes.
we
Yeah,
all saw
that's
we
true.
all saw Cyberpunk 2077.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still thought it was a good game,
That's.
but
I doubt that
Yeah.
this
Could've
game's
been better.
in a state that's that broken, considering they're still using the original
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
as
yeah.
the
No,
back.
I would
Yeah,
say
it looks really good already.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
They
they're just
can
improving
delay
off of a
it
base.
as long as it still releases 2023. Like if they
Even
want
if
to,
it
if they
needs-
want to shoot for a December 2023 like Christmas release,
If
I'd
it
be
needs it, I'd be
perfectly okay
fine.
with
But
that.
give us something.
Yeah.
Also,
Give us
Nintendo.
give us another remake. at that
Nintendo,
point.
where's the direct for this summer? I like legit am starting to get worried of like when are we gonna get
I
that?
don't think
we're
that Partner
getting it.
Direct is what we're gonna. It was what we're gonna get.
Yeah,
I,
I don't
think the next thing we get is gonna be like November.
It just feels weird.
There isn't.
No,
Or
we'll get
October.
August.
Well, like that's
Or
the thing.
October.
All the
'Cause
main
Octo-
series
'cause
just
basically we
released
have-
their big games. We got Metroid Dread. We got the new Kirby game that's like huge in 3D and all
Xenoblade
big
Chronicles
new.
3 comes out
Xenoblade 3.
this Friday, and Splatoon 3 comes out in
And
September.
Splatoon, that's the thing. So all their like big series are kind of cooling down right now.
There's a lot.
I'm like, so October, like probably
Unless you're
around.
waiting for Star Fox like
When did
0.3.
you get a
or
release date for the
something.
Pokemon game?
No, this isn't Kingdom Hearts.
I think like end of this year.
I think it's November, right?
Yeah, but
What?
that's already
Pokemon
been announced. And
Scarlet
we've already
Violet?
seen the.
Yeah, but Pokemon does their own announcements and whatnot.
Give us a Zelda showcase January 2023.
I mean, honestly,
Give us what we should give us.
like either we're going to get like because I like
Yeah, there isn't really
At-
much
at this-
that could be
at this
coming
point
out
I don't
right
think
now.
there's going to be a summer direct, but there will probably be a fall direct in either like September or October.
I don't know. I just feel like they have a lot of stuff where like yeah, a lot of the big projects have just come out or like are about to come out. They also have a lot of big projects that like are like in between. And like Bayonetta just got a random trailer that dropped that gave the release date. It's like
All right,
That was weird.
all right. Actually, I do have a Zelda topic to bring up. So with Skyward Sword being re-released, that's the final 3D game that needed a remake. Do you think we'll see some of the 2D games start getting remakes?
and Awakening already did.
That's what I don't know. But like
Imagine
going
if
through,
they
do you
just-
think we'll see Oracles or Minish Cap or the Four Swords be remaked?
I would
I
kind
could
of like
see-
to see Minish Cap.
I could see Four Swords being an online remake where like you can actually play online with other people.
Just imagine they just remake the first Legend of Zelda.
I want my Phantom
Oh,
Oh, I
Hourglass
would love
remake.
that. I would love the original Legend
Maybe.
of Zelda remade.
They'd have to rebuild it from the ground up. But I
Yeah.
really would love to see the story of Phantom Hourglass built
I
in a
don't
thing where you
think-
don't fucking get the screen.
I don't think we'll get a Four Swords remake
I don't think so.
because they tried it
With Triforce
technically
Heroes.
with Triforce Heroes and that bombed huge. Not
All
necessarily.
right,
But-
I had
But
a
that
not
was also the death of the
necessarily-
3DS.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Not because of Triforce Heroes, but because of all the circumstances. However, Nintendo
won't be able to read that.
doesn't really.
Actually, I do have a
know-
question to bring up.
They
So,
don't really recognize that.
In the book, after Four Swords Adventures, it has a line about that maybe the Hyrule will need the Four Sword again. And my theory was this game came out before this book came out before Triforce Heroes. Do you think Triforce Heroes was originally intended to be another Four Swords game, but they had to change it to fit whatever standards they needed?
Probably 3 is such a freaking weird number.
It's a weird number, but like
And
Well,
that
no,
also
four-
helped kill it.
4 was always the weird number to
Yeah.
me because 3 is very common in the Zelda universe.
but it was four, so you could because that was the amount of ports on the
Yeah.
GameCube.
And that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And normally, like split screen
This is a really
multiplayer
dumb
is
idea.
4 player. That's just a standard
So
in
just-
gaming.
What if they, because you're saying about the Four Swords thing, it's just like they turn the second Breath of the Wild thing that's coming out and they have that as a
Please.
multiplayer game.
That would
That would be both cool
Take-
and I would find that hilarious because of this
take the
conversation.
newly released Zelda Online mod and actually implement it to the game.
That would be kind of cool.
I could see Nintendo literally just stealing it.
I really want to
Make
see.
a Four Sword DLC. That would be cool. Make it patch and not buggy and like.
I really want to
Only
see a
included
multi.
if you get the Plus membership pass though.
God, please no.
Yeah.
if they like actually make that work a little bit better.
Nintendo hasn't been good about not locking stuff.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
Like,
But also, let's be honest, Nintendo servers don't suck.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't really have any online games that. Like, the only reason, and not everyone's complaining about the past, is because no one buys it because there's no reason to. There's no games.
Other
to
than
use it.
Splatoon and
Like Splatoon, Smash Bros.
that's
And that's it.
yeah.
And even then, most people don't like Smash Online. So
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I
know.
have that case of water with some in the fridge if not.
Well, if you're saying there's something for
I honestly would throw some in the fridge if it needs to be.
It's weird that Splatoon's online works so well, yet Smash's is still utter garbage.
I wonder if it's
Different
different amount of
netcode.
players.
I was gonna
or
say
that too.
it could probably be developer differences, like how Game Freaks and Chosen Pokemon stuff. Like
Well, as also Splatoon isn't like. It's not quite as split second.
Also, it's not as big as Smash. Like,
Yeah.
think about Splatoon. It's a 3D world they have to render in real time on an online server. Smash Bros is just 2D.
yeah,
you
it's,
have-
it's
you
linear,
But you have a lot
it's-
more physics
Well,
based
yes,
stuff.
do,
but the
but
thing
you
in
have less-
Splatoon is
yeah.
you won't recognize like
Yeah.
a second of
Yeah,
the
sure.
delay or whatever
Yeah.
because your main focus is to hit a stationary object right
Yeah,
in front of you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
Smash Bros like each
You're trying to hit
millisecond
I didn't.
matters.
Yeah, I didn't play Splatoon 2, but I did play Splatoon 1, and like that's definitely you can tell that there's like some stutter and there's some slowdown.
Splatoon
But-
2 is like hardly noticeable.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
But like my whole thought is like this is a thing that like first
It's
person
also a
shooters.
slower game. I
Yeah,
think, kind
first person shooters have struggled with this forever, and they've made it so like when you shoot, you're shooting at what like you see, not where the other person is in real time.
Yeah, so
So that's why
shooters
the
have,
death cam is always from the shooter's perspective.
Mhm.
shooters have kind of figured out how to do around that, but then fighter games are still figuring out online rollback netcode. That's why Strive is so huge because it actually has a good one that
Yeah.
none of the other games
Yeah, like
have.
most honestly, like
I
don't
while
wanna
we're
try
talking about
different
online
stuff.
fighting games, am I the only one that thinks that Multiverses just looks awful?
Dude, one of my friends told me to download it today, and I literally just said no.
Yeah,
I
I
want
new
to try
Warhammer
it now
game.
Yeah,
because it is
Yeah, no.
free.
yeah, it is
it's
free.
free,
is the
but
thing.
like the movement looks so bad compared to Smash. It looks too floaty.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
it looks like every character is
Or,
Sora.
Yeah.
It
It does.
genuinely looks like that amount of floatiness.
But I
and
love
I feel like it would
It's
be
just too
weird.
slow. Like Smash Bros is so fast paced. It just
Dude,
feels like
yes.
try playing Wii U again. I just picked it up, and it's weird.
Try playing Brawl.
oh god.
Yeah, try playing Brawl.
I
I
love
played
Brawl.
like when we did that Smash tournament a few years back. I
That's
mean,
the
went
thing,
from
it's-
playing Brawl to the Switch. And
Ooh.
I don't
Oh,
know how
wait,
I
was
got
that-
second place in the 64
it's-
one.
Is that the
Seems
one that
really-
all three of us went to? That was fun.
Yeah.
It
I got
seems
second place
really
in 64.
Floaty.
I never
I
played
got
64
farther than
before.
I thought I was going to get in
I
64.
was there too.
Yeah, I got decently far in 64. I did best in 64 having never played it before.
Yeah.
I think that was
I
all.
never played it before either. I got
I
second.
think that was. I think the reason we all did good at it is because we all had the same amount of skill level. We were all awful at it, so therefore
Yeah.
we were all equally good.
except for one person
Yeah,
who
well,
knew the Pikachu Infinite loop.
Was that the guy that beat me?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember who you
Pretty sure
played
it
as.
was. Well, I won't
Yeah.
discuss
We
it,
can.
But
Yeah. I don't want to say who it
We're
was.
gonna wrap up soon. I'll let
Yeah.
Eric keep his title this time.
Multiverses is kind of like
I mean, you'll.
It does
you see
definitely
the
look
first,
interesting.
The first one.
I'm gonna take those down at some point
what do you
That means I
think?
win. Yes.
Well, why?
because I want to
I don't
I
know
want to
if we
redo
can
them,
be
make them
ordered.
shorter, but actually
We
like
definitely
have what I want to say
What?
about them. Like
Oh
thought
yeah,
out
we haven't
before I
played
go
it's not a
into it.
competition though.
That would just be better for an analysis thing on your own end, honestly.
well, then I might do that, but I kind of want to take those down.
Nah, they're fine. Leave them up.
Just no.
All right, I think. One last thing.
Oh, I was just saying about, and now just imagining that you guys are going to do the equivalent of who can make the longest video, and then just one of you pulls like a subathon or something.
Hey,
like
I'll
Dude,
I'll stream.
I
Watch me.
literally wrote a script for like I think it was going to be like a 2-hour thing talking about Smash Bros.
Oh,
And then he shot it down. But I had written a script for it.
Thank you, Josh.
You know, I did.
It was a script for me. It wasn't going to be any of you guys.
I
You
did
just didn't-
have
Yeah,
a
no, I know. A
Zelda
2-hour
related
script
idea.
on your own.
3 of us play Triforce.
Oh my gosh.
All right, if are the servers still up even?
Probably
For
not.
what?
No,
Triforce Heroes.
No.
I doubt it.
Triforce. Okay, if
Well, you
for
do
some
local.
reason it gets a remake.
I think you can do local.
Yeah, I mean there is local.
There should be a local.
All right, if I can find a copy.
Which
I
I
don't
think
have
that's
it. How do
another
we
thing
record it?
that killed Triforce Heroes is 3.
How?
It's such a weird number,
Yeah.
as well as you can't play with 2 people. It has to be 1
Yeah.
or 3.
How
No
would
in between.
How would we record it though?
3DS capture codes?
Well, honestly, basically, since everyone has like their own separate perspective, it's just record one. But because
Yeah, no, I was gonna say just record one. Like
yeah, no, because you can see everyone move around on it.
Let's just check here.
What's he checking?
Bombs.
Yeah, you kind of have to go back and.
Oh.
So I don't know what that is.
I don't. Okay. How would we do it? Three-person wrong.
It's fine.
I don't want to play the game by myself.
I don't.
I've heard that game is really annoying to play by yourself.
I don't want to play it.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
That was when we originally came up with the idea of playing every game in timeline order. That was the one game I was going to skip. There were several I was considering, but that one I knew for sure before I even made up my mind on any others. I knew for a fact we weren't gonna touch Triforce Heroes.
Even they know.
It's also technically canon.
It is canon.
I hate it.
It's so cool. It straddles that line between canon and non-canon.
How? I don't know anything.
It's
about
not in Hyrule. It is a direct sequel to Link Between Worlds, except it doesn't. It takes place in a sister kingdom to Hyrule called Hytopia.
And it's all about
Yeah.
accessories.
It's all about
Yeah.
No, it's about
And there's no
fashion.
master sword.
There's no master sword.
I still
It's the same Link, except there are two other clones of him.
For reasons.
For reasons
Is
that
it
are
the
never
same
explained. It is the same. It is the same Link.
Well,
as
no,
Link
no.
Between
It's
Worlds.
explained as basically they're doppelgangers trying to imitate you.
No, that's a different. That's the single player.
Oh, that is
That has doppelgangers. I thought it was like a different Link, and it was just they called heroes from all over, and all those heroes
Nope.
also happen to look like Link because there's
One
a
of-
nationwide Hero of Hyrule cosplay contest.
One of those heroes is the hero from Link Between Worlds.
The
He
green
leaves
one.
Hyrule and goes
the
to
one that you
Hytopia.
play as.
Yeah,
Right
the
on
one.
that.
Yeah, you're good.
Anyways,
Okay, we.
All right.
yeah, I think we can call it.
I think we're gonna call it here. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh god, I hope we never record a video this long again. Bye bye.
Bye.